Elliot, what the hell is going
on? What up?
Not much. Doing pretty well. Well, I'll just address it immediately. The Badgers fucking blow. Even at home, this granted was a quasi-home game, being in the Pfizer, but they've played Marquette here before, so they're used to it. But they look like shit. So this team is going to be an auto fade. I'm hoping we just have a horrendous year and we fire Greg Gard. Maybe we'll steal DeVries from IU or something. Pat Kelsey from Louisville. I don't know. No, but Gard's got to go. This is horrible. John Tonji saved his job last year, and they look god awful. So what you say can't hurt me. I already know we suck, and it is what it is. But other than that, how's your night going?
Man, not too bad. Was just kind of hanging out at the house. So did some Christmas shopping a little bit before, so didn't get to watch as many games or kind of score box watches as much as I typically do. But 'tis the season. It was a good time. So I'm here ready to chop up this Saturday slate.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Miles Barnstable, though, I will say, on that buzzer beater 3. Great set for Tulsa. Tulsa buzzer beater against Western Kentucky. He hits 2 clutch threes down the stretch, and then they run a nice little set. Maybe it was an illegal screen, possibly, but still wide open, sinks it. I don't know if you had if you're on Western Kentucky there or not.
Tulsa.
You're on Tulsa -2.5.
-2. I was gonna sit and wait for money line, hopefully, but they're not open for me at night. I have to wait till the next day, and I was on Kerms. He's like, "Well, if you want Tulsa, it's moving now." He got 1.5 because he was riding with me, so I played the 2, and they just couldn't get over that handball game, and then they finally did. They got the lead, and a huge go up 2. Yep. And that Western Kentucky response to me, I was like, "Oh, that is a backbreaker." So shout out to anyone who had Western Kentucky there or Tulsa moneyline. I know Sports Sides, as Jacob did. Nice hit. I would have been on the money line had it been available, but couldn't. That's why I like playing money line. I'll pay like a little bit of juice instead of laying those 1.5, 2 numbers, because this shit happens far more often than you think it feels like. So, or I'm just getting burned by it a lot right now this year. But regardless, hell of a game, good comeback win from them. We got the Ken-Pom system play. Smoked. I think Baylor won by like 50 or 60 or something like that. That was absolutely free. And the rhythm play, the UC San Diego over is very much on pace. So love to see that. So let's just finish strong, boys. Make your shots. And Bama's up 10. So that's always good. Yeah, Juice sounds like he was on Western Kentucky. Maybe money line because they did cash the points, but yeah, you could argue it was an illegal screen. I'm not gonna.
I agree.
It wasn't. Yeah, definitely. It was close enough. You could have called it.
It was a fantastic play. Only thing that sucked about it was just the fact that you had that kind of illegal screen action on it. If you would have just been able to actually stand there and not completely just run him over with his arms flailed out like he did, that was a hell of a play, especially on the sideline out of bounds. But yeah, I agree. It was definitely an illegal screen for sure.
Yeah. But Tulsa escapes Western Kentucky with a W there. Anything else today that kind of shocked the score was? I mean, San Diego is up 11 on UC San Diego right now. So that is that's a big one. I mean, they were 14-point dogs, I believe. So that would be a big upset if they can hang on to this one. But
yeah, closed at 13 is what I see.
13, okay.
But doesn't mean that they weren't 14 at one point.
Yeah, true. The early game, Dartmouth Sacred Heart. I flip-flopped on that. Liked Dartmouth, and then I went on Kerms, and Spoon reminded me. I was like, it's an elementary game. I was like, you can't fade the kids. So I like Sacred Heart. And then right before I was going to bet it, I saw Ncaa Hill was out, 15-6 a game. So I pivoted back to my original Dartmouth play, and it was dead. They couldn't hit shit. So shout out Sacred Heart, getting a big win for the kids there. Otherwise, Milwaukee gets a win today at the Pfizer. Seton Hall takes down Providence. Providence choked that one away, but I'm not surprised. Are you? I mean, Providence and Kim English have been bad for a long time. Actually,
no, I'm not surprised. I think. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the Seton Hall team is really good. Bud Clark is like a mini Shaheen on the floor, energy guy. Like he kind of like Cam Spencer was for Danny Hurley. I feel like that's Bud Clark is for Shaheen. He's a difference maker. If he ever goes down or misses any time this season, I think Seton Hall will be in real trouble. But with him on the floor, I think they're really, really good. The defense is good, and he can take over and get a bucket whenever. We saw that last year at Merrimack too. So.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I got to watch them up close and personal when they came in and beat K-State, took care of K-State. They're pretty dang good, man. They struggle a little bit at times to score a little bit, but they draw a lot of fouls, and they actually shoot the ball at a really high clip from the free throw line, which won them that game against K-State. I know. They shot 17-22 from the free throw line against us. We shot 15-35. So that was your entire game there. So I like, usually that his offense has really struggled, but I think he's got one of his better offensive teams while still being pretty damn good on defense for sure.
Yeah. Crutch wants to talk about the big game. I already talked about it. Badgers are awful. We're not going to win shit this year. So chalk it up. I just hope Gard gets canned. We just start over because he ain't it. He was on the hot seat, and Tanji saved his job last year. So
I'm curious too. Going on back to that Seton Hall game real quick. Najee Hines didn't play for
the freshman.
Seton Hall, so I don't know why he didn't, but because I saw he played the game before, but I just noticed that. So curious if anybody knows in the chat.
I just saw the notification. Follow Jordan Majewski. I'll put it on a banner. If you want like injury news, this guy follows every beat reporter in the country, I swear to God. So I I follow him on Twitter right there. I follow him on Twitter, turn his notifications on during the entire college basketball season. So I don't miss anything. And he will have him on there. This freaking timer thing. I don't like that StreamYard added a timer to this. Timer off. Thank you. I'll leave that up for a little bit. But Florida State, almost 50 pieces, Mississippi Valley. 54-17 at half. Belt to ass. There, Akron, big win, 19 points over Eastern Michigan. They continue to be a wagon. Whenever they lose, which hasn't been much this year, 3 times, but that game after, they won by like 20 plus every single time, 20-30. So, yeah, if there's
whatever they win by 20 plus, it seems like.
That's true. Yeah, they crush. I mean, if you're going to get a number like 15, 16, I'm going to play that all day until they adjust it higher. But Drexel gets the big win. I didn't bet them. Like them last night. And Belmont, belt to ass on Irvine. Almost a 30 piece. Sheesh.
Yeah, that was an impressive win.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. Up 6 at half, and then outscored them by 24 in the second half. Just crushed them. So good win there. But, currently sweating out St. Mary's 13 and a half. The rhythm play for the over in the UC San Diego game, and then, Bama football. But I want to get involved in this Washington-Seattle game. We were talking about this prior. I thought it was in the Crack House in Seattle. It is not. It's at the Climate Pledge. So I was going to pivot off to Washington, but I think I'm going to play Seattle anyway. I think I'm going to stick to my guns because whenever I fade myself, it usually doesn't go well or pivot off of what I liked the prior night. So I will go with Seattle here. I will play it. Just have some action throughout the show here, like a DGen. Oh, it's up to 7.5 again now. Perfect.
12 minutes. 12 minutes left.
Get it in. All right. All right. Perfect. Just got to see what the number is here. Let's take a gander. 6.5. Nope. I will go play it for 7.5 here. Thank you very much. Submit. Wham bam. All right. Cool. All right. So that is that. Shall we hop into it, my guy?
Let's do it.
All right. First game of the day, the thumbnail game. You got Campy versus Izzo, the Christmas sweater game. Oakland's catching 19.5 over under 155. I kind of want to play Oakland here. I mean, they went through the ringer. Michigan, Purdue, Houston, UCF, Northern Iowa, all road games. They almost beat UCF, and then they've pretty much handled for the most part anybody else that they played at their level. So it's Michigan State. They both these guys have known each other for 40 years or whatever. So I don't see them crushing Oakland and just running it up. Last year was a 19-point loss for Oakland. This year, I think they're a little bit more battle tested. Michigan State is also, but Christmas breaks on the end here. They're both friends. I think they take the foot off the gas and win this game by 16-17 at the end. So I will take Oakland here with the 19.5. Kind of just like a system, just like, you know what, just take the points and move along in this one.
Yep. No, I agree. I think it's a spot for you to definitely take the points here with Oakland. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about, just with the fact that, Izzo can't be happy about that second half there in the Toledo game when they got outscored 41-34 after being up by 30 in the first half. And they kind of were lackadaisical. But I agree. I don't think he's gonna, one of his really good friends, he ain't gonna run the score up, anything like that. They know each other really well. I don't think this is going to be a close game like Oakland having a chance to win like they were at UCF. But I see this game, Michigan State's probably winning this at some point by 20 plus. But he's not going to continue to press and continue to try to, make his buddy look bad. He's going to call off the dogs a little bit. So I see this game kind of like DeJuice was saying in the chat. I see it going around, 15 points, probably something like that. Maybe it finishes 19 again, but hey, it'll be a cover for us.
Yep. I just snagged 20 on my other book. So I do have that. I'm sure you can find a 20 around somewhere. Through the legal avenues would be my guess. So next, Montana's catching 29.5 at Louisville.
Yeah, 20 and a half right now. Bet MG or bet 365. Just FYI.
There you get the hook there too. Louisville off of the beatdown in Tennessee, and now they got 10 days off after this. Is this a spot they just crush them belt to ass? I mean, Montana went on the road. They beat UNLV.
Tech. Montana just lost to Montana Tech D2. Got upset at home. That's true.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
that's a crazy. That was
after they beat that Indian school, Salish Kootenai 102-46. They got payback by a real D2 school.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think here it's it's going to be I'll tend to maybe just take the over here, either a team total over angle for Louisville or just a full game total over. I think you can see that Montana can definitely score, but their defense is very, very putrid. So I think they allow Louisville to score a lot of points. I think Montana, respectable on offense, they should be able to score a little bit too. So I like just over with the points here with anything rather than laying it, just especially with Montana off that loss to the D2.
Yeah, maybe a Louisville team total, but I'm going to be inclined to lay. They beat South Carolina State by 60, Jackson State by 36, Ohio by 25, Eastern Michigan by 41, NJIT by 50. They beat the shit out of these teams. And now they're coming home off of a loss, off a murder in Tennessee in Knoxville. And then you got 10 days off after this. Pat Kelsey doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to be just whatever, we lost that game. Let's just get through this, take our time off, and we'll get back to it. No, I think they come out, they play a full 40 minutes, absolutely kill Montana, and then hit the break to get right. So I'll lay it with Louisville. I'll take the 29.5. That will be a play for me. Also, this borderline KenPom system play, they have this as a 25-point game. So this is borderline. This may have moved. I mean, I made this slide like 8 hours ago. So it's up to 30.5 now. But yeah, I'm still gonna lay that. Lay it with Louisville. Speaking of which, I have to actually put these into the sheet, otherwise I will forget entirely about that. So let me, switch, bada bing, bada boom. All right, cool. Sorry. Next, Elliot, take it over. South Dakota's catching 20 at the Octagon of Doom, over under 171.5.
Yeah, man. I'll just it's a lot of points. But we're off that Creighton win on the road, kind of feeling good about ourselves. Back at home, we had just lost 2 home games before beating Mississippi Valley State. I'll just plan on taking the over here. You've seen with South Dakota, they like to put up a lot of points. They also like to give up a lot of points too. So kind of a similar angle. I feel more inclined to just either bet the K-State team total over or just bet the full game over here versus anything else. I think 20, that's probably about right. I could see this game, finishing on either side of this number. So I think they've got that pretty spot on. But I might wait to see what this does. Maybe some people just see the super high total of 170, bet it down. I can get it maybe at 168, 169, and bet the over here. But you could also look, I think 94.5 would be the K-State, maybe 95.5. I think that might be a little high. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be the over for me or anything here in this game.
I caught myself. It was muted. Yeah, I'm with you. Over or nothing. I mean, Kansas State. No offense, they do not play much defense whatsoever. So
that's why I've been riding their overs every single game.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it's been pretty profitable. I have to imagine it's got to be a handful of losses. It's big bunch of wins.
At one point, let's see what it was, 5-0 to start the season, 6-0 to start the season, I believe. The Indiana one didn't come through, so it was 6-1. Bowling Green didn't come through, 6-2. I didn't play it on the Seton Hall game because of just Seton Hall's defense was a little scared. So I don't know on that one, but I know the over hit in the last 2. So 8-2 at least. Don't know what the line was for the Seton Hall game.
Fair. Yeah, big win. So I'm with you. I mean, not to mention South Dakota, they've gone on the road and they put up points. I mean, they went to Wyoming, put up 80, gave up 106, scored 70, gave up 102 to Missouri, scored 76, gave up 92 at Creighton. So they can score against that. We know Kansas State doesn't play much defense, and Kansas State should be able to score based on that. I mean, they're giving up a ton of points. So yeah, over 171 or nothing for me. Banger. Kentucky catching 3.5 against St. John's. The Rick Pitino Bowl. This is in Atlanta. What an L. What an L. This should be a home and home. What are we doing? This is so stupid. So stupid. Oh, Pitino back in Kentucky again would be great. I mean, maybe they played there last year. I feel like he's been back. I can't remember. But regardless, still, this should be a home and home without a doubt. This is a big time L on the scheduling part from those two schools. But has Kentucky figured it out? I mean, 72-60 win over Indiana at home. Now you got to go play on a neutral against St. John's. St. John's, they're not winning by crazy margin against these big schools. And when they stepped up, they're 2-3. I mean, they beat Baylor and Ole Miss. Ole Miss by 5 at home, Baylor 15 on a neutral. And then they ended up losing to Iowa State, Auburn on the neutral, and Alabama at home in St. John's. I feel like a lot of people are going to like St. John's and the Rick Pitino bounce against Kentucky. I spelled Kentucky wrong. I might be inclined to play Kentucky here with the 3.5 potentially. I mean, see where this gets up to, but this was 2.5. It was up to 3.5.
It's down to 2.5 now.
Yeah, it's bouncing around right there.
Bouncing around. I've seen some 2.5, some 3.5, some flat threes. So it's kind of all across the board here. Yeah. I'll take St. John's here. I'll be kind of I guess on the public side in your eye. I'll lay the 2.5 with St. John's. I just think that Kentucky's off that rivalry, the renewed rivalry against Indiana. Feeling good about themselves. I think people will be thinking, you know what, Kentucky's kind of figured themselves out, and people will be betting Kentucky possibly. But I'll take St. John's minus the 2.5. I think that they'll be able to get it done on both ends of the floor a little bit better. It's going to be an up-tempo game. Both teams like to run with pace, so should be a fun matchup. But I think that St. John's, with Bryce Hopkins and Zuby Ejiofor, I think they're going to be able to be the difference, specifically Ejiofor, in my opinion, where Kentucky kind of, really mostly relies more so on their guard play with OA and Aberdeen. I think that St. John's down low with Ejiofor, and then their slew of guards that they have, Sellers, Sanon, Darling. I think they can get it done top to bottom.
Fair. Yeah, we'll battle on this one. I'll more than likely be on Kentucky. I'm going to sit and wait and see where I can get this number.
Let's battle.
Yeah. Was Pope? He was under Pitino, correct? Player wise, or is he a little out of the Pitino window?
No, he was under Pope, or he was under Pitino.
That's what I thought.
I think Pope played in the late 90s. Mark Pope. Yeah, he played.
Yeah, he did coach. Pitino did coach him.
Yep. Won the national championship in '96.
Yep. I wasn't sure if that was right around the time, but yeah, this will be a good one. Have it circled for sure. Liberty's catching 7.5 against Dayton. Liberty struggles with athletic teams. Dayton is a good team. They are, pretty athletic. They got good defense, but I'm scared of the 3 ball because that's what Liberty does. I mean, they're not super athletic. They're a bunch of white guys, and they can shoot the ball. So if they're hitting threes, man, they can hang in this game and they could win it. That being said, if they're not falling, obviously they're in trouble here because they're not going to get.
It's going to be like an NC State game again.
Yeah.
NC State beat Liberty by 40. Liberty shot 6 of 28 from 3.
Yeah, I mean, Dayton last game they shot 47 free throws. Holy shit, 47 free throws. Good Lord. You're not going to get that against Liberty, but I will take Dayton. I just think their physical nature, their ability to defend, three is going to be a struggle, but be able to rebound and play physical defense and be able to bully around Liberty on the defensive end. I think it'll be too much for them. So I'll lay it with Dayton. Probably no bet though. Oh, it's up to 9.5 already. Yeah, these slides were made a while ago. So some of these lines were about 8 hours old, 7 hours. So
yeah, I'm up to 9.5. I'm seeing 10.5 too. So like JB said, just wait because it's going up. I'll get in here on the 9.5 with Dayton. I'll lay it with the Flyers. I think I've been really impressed with them, especially at home. I think defensively they're gonna be able to make it difficult on Liberty. I know the one thing that Dayton does really struggle with is defending the three. So, like you said, a little bit concerning. If Liberty's hot from three, they could definitely stay in it. However, the Liberty turned it over 17 times against NC State. Generally, they are able to, take care of the ball pretty well. But against a kind of a tough defense like NC State, who likes to force turnovers, I think Dayton can do similar. They force a lot of turnovers, so I think that could be a problem with Liberty here. So I will lay it with Dayton.
There it is. Dayton. The Buffalo Blue Bulls laying 1 on the road at Western Michigan, over under 152.5. Buffalo, they just got away with this at UMBC. What was that, about a week ago or so?
11-1 run to win it.
Yeah, miracle comeback. I'm sure they've played since then. I'm not remembering offhand.
Yeah, they played Eastern Carolina. They lost. They were up by 20, remember, at half. And
yep, that's right. And Sunday. Yep, I was on ECU. Who could forget that? So they got their bullshit win. They got their bullshit loss out of the way. Now it's just back to normal. All right, Western Michigan off of the pounding to Iowa by 1 here. This is at home in Kalamazoo. 3rd straight road game, 4th in the last 5 for Buffalo here. This Buffalo team's been good. I'm just going to keep riding with them. I don't care if this line stinks a little bit. I'll play Buffalo. Them and Green Bay were fades last year, and now they're teams I like to back this year. They've been pretty solid. So I'll take the Blue Bulls on the money line here, and I'll ride that out. Let's go Blue Bulls.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I will. I'll be on Buffalo as well. I don't mind the over really in this game either, or like a team total over for Buffalo. I think both teams are pretty putrid on the defensive side of the ball. Western Michigan, likes to give up a lot of points at a pretty quick tempo, pretty quick pace. I like what Buffalo's done on the offensive side of the ball. I talk about it all the time. They got Free Tag and Sabol there in the backcourt. I think those guards lead them to victory. So I'll just ride with the Bulls on the money line. And yes, I was just about to. Thanks, Jacob. I was looking at the lines. You could probably get plus 1.5 minus 118, so you can get that money line price probably at plus money or right at even money.
Yeah, pretty close.
It's still open. But
yeah, I'm seeing a pick on here, so I'll wait around, maybe try to catch a point or so with the Blue Bulls, but yeah, I'm gonna be on them one way or another tomorrow. Bobby Moe laying 13.5 against St. Francis. No, this is probably a spot you just lay it. Bob Morris. Coming off the OT home win against Youngstown, the -2 miracle cash was nice, but St. Francis has been horrible. Just lost by 41. Granted, it was Florida. Temple beat them by almost 30. Radford beat them by 43. Xavier beat them by 22. Yeah, I mean, they had a home game against Mount St. Mary's this year. They lost that by 8 to Mount St. Mary's. I think Bobby Morris can absolutely kill them. I'll lay it. Probably going to bet this. I know it's coming off that game, and you got Christmas break next, but it's St. Francis. This is a legit D3 team. So I'll lay it with Bobby Moe.
Yeah, I'll take the points. I don't like it though, but you know, the, like you mentioned, their only D1 home game so far this year was Mount St. Mary's. If there's ever a spot for them to get up and play with a little bit of pride, it would be their first home game here. Robert Morris off that tough overtime win, comeback win, spent a lot of energy. They may sleepwalk here, win by 10. So give me St. Francis plus the points, but I'm not going to bet
that. Same. Well, no, I lied. I'll probably bet it. Who am I kidding? Sorry, I'm trying to flip on the Washington game. Shout out Alabama. That was easy money. Next, Youngstown laying 7.5 at home against USC Upstate.
Speaking of the other team that was on the wrong end of the overtime loss.
Is this a spot they get up, they get pissed off? This is a weird spot for Upstate to play. It's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern, so it's at 11 or so West Coast time. 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. tip off for West Coast. They've hit the road. They're not going to really count Nebraska or North Carolina, but they lost to Tennessee Tech by 4. They lost to West Georgia by 8. Cal Baptist got them. They did beat Fresno by 1. So it's not like they've had some dominating wins. They've lost to some bad teams.
Upstate is South Carolina, not California.
Oh, is it really? Oh, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yep. Okay. I just assumed. That's true. Yeah, they're not in the Big West. You fucking.
In my brain, you said 10 a.m. West Coast, and I was like, wait, what is he speaking West Coast?
Yeah, no, I just read USC. I forgot. I'm like, wait a minute. When you said that, I'm like, wait a minute. They're not in the Big West. This is yeah. Regardless, Youngstown off of that brutal loss, they blew it. I'll lay it with the Penguins here. Bounce back.
Yeah, I'll lay it here with the Penguins as well. I don't like fading this USC Upstate team. They've been kind of a darling for me to kind of riding them pretty much all throughout the year. But I think it's a good spot for Youngstown back there at home after that tough loss that they just gave up against RMU on the road. Now in the Beagley Center, where I like to back Youngstown and the Penguins a lot, I'll tend to back them here.
Yeah. This is a get right spot. Lemoyne's catching 16.5 at the Bonnies. What's that total? 152.5. Lemoyne just lost by 42 to Texas. St. Bonnie's just lost an overtime game to Ohio. They lost North Carolina earlier. Game after, the beat ETSU by 9. Now we're going to lay 16.5. I know Lemoyne's pretty bad. Xavier was only a 5-point loss. Bowling Green 23. UMass 14 to Fairfield. Ball State beat them by 11. If the Bonnies didn't lose last game, I'd probably just pick Lemoyne, but I'll take the Bonnies, no bet.
Yeah, I'll lay it here with the Bonnies, but no bet for me either. I think Lemoyne really terrible on defense, and then the Bonnies on the other hand, good on offense. Pretty efficient on offense, but they also are really good on defense. So I think they can shut down Lemoyne, and Lemoyne relies on their offense really to kind of get things going. So I'll lay it with the Bonnies. Don't love it though, so let's have it be a no bet. But yeah, I'll take the Bonnies minus 16.5. I am seeing, staying pretty firm at that 16.5 number. Totals came down a point to 151.5.
All right. Yeah, I'm not getting involved in this game. No way. Chicago State 36.5 against IU. IU at home off of the Kentucky loss. Is this the spot where they just drill Chicago State? Chicago State just they beat Loyola Chicago, which is 3-13 in KenPom now, by the way. 3-13 for Loyola Chicago. That's insane. But Indiana off the loss, they're back home. Indiana has dismantled these kind of teams the entire year. Chicago State's given up a ton of points. what's the team total for Indiana? Maybe I'd feel better than laying 36 with them, but I think they could probably just run roughshod on Chicago State, no problem. I don't think that's too much of a shocker that anybody would not expect. So I don't know what this team total would be. I'm guessing somewhere in the 90s. I'd play that.
Yeah, do you know what this total opened at? Or not the total, but the line opened at?
Let me look real quick.
Because Ken Palm's only got this at 31. So if it was
It opened at 36.5 on DraftKings.
So if it was truly 36.5, 35, well, 36.5, it's 5.5 points. 35.5, it's
all right. I'll lay it.
Only 4.5.
I'll lay it with Indiana.
I think that's the only choice you can make here is laying it here with Indiana back at home off the tough loss to Kentucky. Obviously, them only putting up 60 points, 21 in the second half is going to be very disappointing. I think they're 4 of 24 from the three. I think they shoot a lot better. I think they put up 100 points, 100 plus. So I'll lay it here with Indiana. I think they roll. Don't even mess around with the team total because maybe if the team total is 94, they win like 93-50 or something.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I just fired on Indiana 36.5. So system play, KenPom system play. Go lock it in. Indiana minus 36.5 for tomorrow. Georgia State, App State. Georgia State's catching 10.5 here. I have no interest in this game. App State's kind of been frustrating for me this year. I haven't been able to figure them out, but they got some wins. They just demolished Coastal after that High Point win. Now they got Georgia State here to end off the non-con here. Georgia State off of the Georgia Southern game.
This is some game. This
conference. That's right. Georgia State is in the. Yep. Okay. Shit. What did they do last year? They beat App State at home as the last one, and then the first game they lost by 4 in Georgia State. I'll take the points. No, I'll take the points. Conference game. I'll take it. I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, I'll lay it here. Georgia State, one of the worst teams here in the nation, in my opinion. I think App State at home, they're kind of maybe figuring out a little bit. They did have that disappointing loss at home, 35-point blowout loss to Elon. But I think, getting that win against High Point in overtime, big-time confidence boost, return home, maybe thought it would be a letdown spot, but they roll against Coastal Carolina by 18. I think that App State can get it done here. I don't really want to lay this big number, but I'll lay it with App State. Possible bet. Check the picks page.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna pivot. Georgia State off of the rivalry game. Georgia Southern got beat, and then to Dusty Bottom's point, App State or who was this? Sorry, the Jews. App State's figuring out they're starting to. That he's got a point there. I'll take App State. No bet. I'm avoiding this game. Mercyhurst is laying 9 against Binghamton. Over under 137.5. Mercyhurst is laying 9. Jeez. Biggest number they've probably ever laid, would be my guess. Like 9 points.
Be curious to see what they were laying against Morgan State earlier on in the year. I know they had them at home. That was their only other home D1 game. Was Mercyhurst against Morgan State.
Yeah, you talk this one. I will find that because I can find this real quick.
You're good. Binghamton, they're off the loss to Pittsburgh, where Pitt beat them by 40. Mercyhurst, on the other hand, kept it close to competitive against Syracuse, only lost that game, ended up losing by 14. Syracuse kind of dressed it up late. But then the game before that lost to Davidson on the road by 33. So, besides the one Sunday spinoff game against Bethany, West Virginia, D2 or Ncaa, something like that, where Mercyhurst played at home, they haven't played a home game since November 15th against Morgan State. That was their one and only D1 home game so far. Now they get a pretty comparable Binghamton team that's not very good, kind of what Morgan State was when they came into Mercyhurst. I think the fact that Mercyhurst is laying 9 is pretty telling. I will lay it with Mercyhurst. I cashed with laying it with Wagner, 5.5 the other day, and kind of a gross little spot. Didn't really want to back Wagner laying points. Definitely don't feel like laying here with Mercyhurst, but I think it's a telling line. I think Mercyhurst gets another win here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lay it. No bet. I'm not laying 9 with Mercyhurst, but they were laying 6.5 against Morgan State. So I think this might be their biggest line they've ever laid. I can't see last year, so who knows? But yeah, 9.5 with the Mercyhurst Lakers. Iona catching 4.5 at Vermont, over under 152.5. Has Vermont figured it out? Has John Becker figured it out? Am I going to be eating my words that they are washed?
I don't know if they have figured it out, more so as they just, are playing at home. And I'll continue to back Vermont when they're at home. You saw there in Patrick Gymnasium what happened. Went up against Siena, ended up winning that game by 14. I think, they take care of business here. I will I'll lay it with Vermont. I see this more as maybe a money line parlay piece rather than taking the 4.5. I feel like, I could see Vermont winning this game by 3. But I don't think they're going to lose. So I like the money line parlay piece probably for the Catamounts here, paired with something else. So give me Vermont on the money line, but I would lay it too as a pick.
Yeah, I'm with you. This feels like a spot Vermont wins by like 3 or 4. It feels like Iona's off for the St. John's game, the Patino Bowl 2.0 there. Vermont at home, they've stayed at home. Iona's gonna be traveling. Iona can shoot the 3 though, so if their 3s are falling, they're obviously gonna hang in this game. But if they're not, I think Vermont can run roughshod. I think Siena a little overvalued, and then we saw that they beat them up by like 13-14. So I'll take Iona. No bet on this one though. Howard. Also, this Howard logo, I thought his dick was hanging out here in the front. I had to double check before I used this logo because it's definitely old. But yeah, no Buffalo dick in the picture here. Just old school Buffalo. But Howard 13.5 against Wilmington. Wilmington's laying 13.5. 143.5 is the total. Howard off of the Drexel game and then Hampton win. They've won 3 in a row against D1s here. But they've gone on the road. Mount was a 4-point loss. They lost to Duke by almost 40. Stetson was a 4-point loss. Grambling was a 3-point loss. So they're not blowing teams away. They're not getting blown out unless you're like a top tier team. But Wilmington is, they've been crushing teams. I know Valpo just played them close in Louisiana, both on the road, but they beat Marshall at home. They dismantled Gardner-Webb like everybody does. They beat Navy by 30 at home, Sela by 13. I like Howard. I think I'll take them, given Wilmington's got a week off after this, and they're returning home here, and they're they got a win streak. I think they kind of go through the motions. I think Howard keeps it close. So I'll take the 13.5 with the Bison, but no bet for me on this one though.
Yeah, this is up to 14.5.
Okay.
So it's gone up just a point, nothing crazy. I kind of gone back and forth here. I know I was kicking myself for not betting on Howard against Drexel. They've kind of been, a darling of mine. I know Ken Hat isn't in the chat tonight, but typically me and him like to take the Bison, back the Bison. It's been well so far, especially with last 3 games they were underdogs and won outright. But I like backing the Seahawks at home is my only thing. I'll lay it with Wilmington, but no bet because I think Howard can be pretty feisty, can be competitive. At a 14.5 number, I think it should, I think it'll be, a tough game. But I'll roll with the Seahawks.
Yep. And thank you, John. That is a Rhythm Play cash. Yet again, the San Diego, UC San Diego over 156.5 is a green light. That moves us to 21-10 with the Rhythm Plays of the day. Absolutely love to see that. Huge shout out Rhythm. They've been amazing this year, as you can tell. Again, 21-10, but everything else they got to offer has been great. NFL sides, totals, money lines, props, college football, college basketball, NBA, MLB. When that's in season, they have golf. When that's in season, they've got it all. They've been amazing, great partners here. Really appreciate Rhythm. Their modeling has been really, really good. Their house model has been on fire this year. I know it's been really nice for my models. I don't have the house models. I made 3 different ones, but they've all been really damn good this year. Also, especially NFL this year, it's been real good. So shout out Rhythm. Really appreciate them and for sponsoring the show and everything they do. Make sure you go check them out. Again, it'll pay for itself. Download the Rhythm app, sign up, use promo code PFP25, 25% off that first month. It'll pay for itself, and it's a really nice tool to have in your pocket. Just you like something, you're not sure, you want a little extra. What's the word I'm looking for? Reassurance. You want a little extra reassurance on something? Go check out Rhythm. It's got a green circle. It's got a recommended or smart signal. Bam, it's going to be a good play. Fire on it, and you're gonna be a winning better if you're agreeing with Rhythm and they recommend it. So definitely highly recommend Rhythm. Make sure you go in there and download it and use our code PFP25 at sign up for the 25% off your first month.
Yeah, no, for sure. And they're getting better and better. They're evolving each and every single day. Now all of the sports books are linked for the best odds available. So you can kind of go into the app, click directly in there, go to the app of your choice. So you can basically send bets directly from the app to basically any sports book. So that's pretty cool new feature that they've got. They're always looking at how to, make it easier for the customer and the consumer to, translate bets. And I think it's just another cool feature that they've offered, especially just being able to be linked with all the different sports books apps. I really think that's cool because you get the best odds available throughout all of the sports books. So shout out Rhythm. I love when I'm on a play and I see, the smart signal or a green confidence boost there that makes me like it anymore. Cause when I'm looking at, my own kind of eye test, spot betting, my own analytics type of thing that I take into account. And then I just, am further backed by a lot more data, a lot more analytics that Rhythm provides. Definitely makes me a lot more confident in some of my plays. And also, creates more of those ones that you're maybe a little bit on the edge. You have a little bit of lean on one side or the other. Can keep you off of a bet because it's confident on the other side, or can push you into a bet just because of the confidence that it has in it. So it's been a fun tool and to add to the tool belt.
100%. Shout out Rhythm again. Absolutely a great partner. We appreciate them. And San Diego hits a 3 basically at the buzzer to beat UC San Diego on the road. There was like 0.2 left. Wow. San Diego, 14-point dogs, holds off the UC San Diego comeback and holds on and gets a big road win for Lavin. Kicking myself for not betting San Diego. Liked them last night, but we got the over. I shouldn't get too greedy trying to double dip, but the over got there no problem. 162 points in that one. So shout out Rhythm for that play. Excuse me. Next, Coastal's catching 4.5 at ODU. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I switched this and we never talked about it. Kent State catching 1 against UMass. And like Jacob said, UMass is off of the Florida State win. Gotta fade them, right? Like, that's a huge win. They've won 5 in a row. Now they're only laying a point at home off of the Florida State and Boston College back-to-back wins. Kent State off of the loss on the road to Portland last Sunday, so they've had some time to stew on this and think about it. I'm gonna bet Kent State here. I think they bounce back. I think UMass is feeling themselves. They're feeling pretty good. Winners of 5 straight. You just beat Florida State. Pretty handily, if I do say. 8 points. I guess it's not like an ass whooping by 15, but 8-point win over an ACC school is pretty solid. I'll take Kent State with the point here. I think Kent State wins this one outright, but I'll just take the point and a half, whatever, just to be safe in case of some shenanigans. So let's go Golden Flashes. Let's get this done tomorrow. Big dub coming.
Yeah, I'll be on Kent State as well. I don't really like betting against my guy Frank, but now this is a home game. Is this Massachusetts first? Were they in the MAC last year?
They were in the MAC, I believe, and now they're the A10. Or do they go A10 to MAC? I forget.
They went A10 to MAC. They're in the MAC now.
Yes, this is a conference game. Yep.
It's a conference game. I can't. Is this their first conference home opener game in the MAC for UMass?
Yes. Yeah, it is. No, last year they were A10 last year. So this is their home opener in the conference here. So yeah. Senderov versus Martin here. I just think it's tough because UMass just beat Florida State. Like, that's a big win, and now you got to come home to this.
Oh, no, for sure. I'll be on Kent State here. I think it's a welcome to the MAC basketball experience. I think Senderoff is able to get it done. I think you could see a lot of points here in this game as well. But I will take Kent State on the money line.
Yep, I'm with you. I was actually just going to go look where this was sitting. Plus 1.5 I'm seeing. Don't hate that. I really like that play right there. Kent State, big Gold Flash win. Let's go. St. Mary's up 15 with a minute left. Let's hang on, boys. Let's hang on. You got to win by 14. Come on. Coastal's catching 4.5 against ODU. Coastal off back-to-back losses. ODU off the James Madison win at home, but they were on the road 5 straight games. Now they're back home. This will be the last one before break, obviously. Coastal, this will be their 5th road game in a row. I'm going to lay it with ODU. Came back home, got a big win over James Madison, and they get to stay home. And then Coastal still out on the road. This will be 5. This will be their, 6th, 5th straight road game. since December 3rd. So 17 days, five road games in 5 different cities. Pretty rough travel spots. So give me ODU laying the 4.5. They're going to get this one done tomorrow.
Yep, I will lay it with ODU as well. I think, at home, they kind of figured it out against James Madison. I think they keep it rolling here. I'll back the Monarchs, especially because I think that they defend the 3 ball really well. And that's something that Coastal, although they don't shoot a high percentage, they rely on the 3 a lot, and they shoot a ton of them. So I think that the fact that ODU is going to be at home and able to defend the 3 well will make it difficult for Coastal to score. So I like Old Dominion laying the 4.5.
Yep. I was not able to get a 4.5, but I did get a 5. So that is what I will be on tomorrow. Excuse me for that. Also, I'm not taking the 1.5 with Kent. I'm just going to take the money line. I'd rather just get even money instead of laying juice 15 cents with them just for a point. So watch them lose by 1. So just the way my luck goes. Longwood is laying 4.5 at NC Central. Over under 147.5. NC Central getting a home game here. Not very often do they get those. They just played a D2 school at home. They had NCA&T at home. D2, D2, D2. So they've had one D1 home game. Excuse me, December 6th, lost by 5. 15 to NCA&T. Now they get Longwood. Longwood coming in off of the Wake Forest max effort game, lost by 3. I mean, they went to Morgan State, only won by 4. Got pieced up in Columbia big time. They haven't really been too good on the road. NC Central, this will be like one of their bigger, not like bigger home games. Obviously, they got conference games, but still, non-con wise this year. I'll take NC Central. I think they're live. They're going to get this done. Longwood, hasn't gone on the road and dismantled teams. I mean, when you play a 4-point game to Morgan State, I think NC Central is going to be able to hang in. So give me NC Central with the 4.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I will back NC Central here at home, plus the 4.5. I could see them winning this outright. Longwood, like you said, max effort game, took Wake Forest to the wire. I think they expended a lot of energy there. So yeah, give me NC Central plus the 4.5. I think they could win it outright. So why not just take the 4.5, get a little some insurance, and go from there.
Oh my God. St. Mary's gave up a bucket. They win by 13. Jesus. Fuckers.
College basketball, baby.
Yeah. Gotta love it. God damn. Did they go down at all today, or did they sit at 13.5? Yeah, damn, that was brutal.
Best line out there was 12.5.
Fuckers.
But that was on one. It was juiced and it was on FanDuel. Everything else was 13.5.
Those motherfuckers. God damn it, St. Mary's. You were up 17 with like 30 seconds left. What the fuck? Fuck, man. Lafayette's catching 16 at Georgia Tech, over under 144.5 here. Stoudemire laying a big number. They just beat Marist by 11. Lafayette's coming in, 3rd straight road game, lost to Penn by 2, Charlotte by 14. They went to West Virginia, lost by 22, Texas by 37. This is a spot Georgia Tech kind of goes into the break with another big win here, or are they going to go through the motions and win this game by like 13-14?
I think I'll lay it, but I'm not confident at a big number like this with the Georgia Tech team to actually take that. but I'll lay it because I could see them just kind of blowing it out. Lafayette, they're not really good whatsoever. I know they held Ball State to 37, beat them. But yeah, I'll lay it. No bet though.
Yeah, I'll take Lafayette. No bet. Brutal for Father Will. That fucking FAU bucket cost him a fat parlay. That's brutal, man. Sorry about that. Fucking St. Mary's, man, up 17. Colorado State's catching 8 at Utah State. This is a conference road game here. I want to lay it with Utah State here. Colorado State last year. Colorado State ended their Mountain West Conference tournament last year also, and they lost on the road by almost 30 in Colorado State last year. They beat them by 8 at home. So you got ended their postseason. They got the NCAA tournament, but they didn't get to win the Mountain West because they ended that, and they beat them by 30. I think this is a big motivation spot for Utah State. Bounce back. They're playing really, really damn good. Minus their one road game to South Florida, they've just kind of walked through teams and looked really damn good. So give me Utah State laying the 8. I think they fuck them up here in Logan tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll lay it too. Utah State, man, at home, they haven't really absolutely demolished a couple of those teams. You know, Montana State won that game in overtime at home. Weber State kept it close, competitive, but I'm with you. Conference home opener. They haven't played in a week. They'll be ready to play. Logan will be rocking. I know it's Christmas break, but that'll still be a lit environment, lit atmosphere. You know, most of those students probably live around that area anyway, and will be at the game. I think it's a nice little get-up spot for Utah State. Nationally televised game on CBS Sports Network, I believe. So I think they'll be ready to put it on Colorado State. I'll lay it here.
Yeah, I just got a 7.5 with them, so I will definitely take that. Just closed out of that sheet, damn it. 7.5 with Utah State for me. Mine is 7.5, and bet. Boom. All right, next. Elon, I know somebody in the chat's been asking on Sam Miller's been asking about this Elon game. Elon's catching 14 at Vatech. Vatech, you know, I've bet on them. They've kind of gotten lucky at that Western Carolina game. A little bit of a ref show, but still, they probably should have beat them by more than they did. I mean, it's kind of hard to fade that Abdallah's kid. He's so damn good. Just absolute stud. But, man, they got Christmas break on deck. Coming off the big Maryland Eastern Shore 29-point win. Elon just off the Richmond home win. I mean, they went to Miami, got pieced up, but I still kind of think Elon can keep this close. This feels more like a game that Vatech kind of goes through the motions a little bit, isn't really ready for this game, and Elon keeps it close. Sam Miller's loving this. He loves it. I'll be on Elon tomorrow with the 14 at the Castle.
Yeah, I'll just take the over here in this game, over 157.5. I think Elon, like you said, they should be able to keep it somewhat close and competitive here. They have a really good offense, but their defense is absolutely atrocious. I think Virginia Tech's going to really be able to do whatever they want on the offensive end, and Elon maybe will be able to keep it close by putting up a lot of points. I think that's how they stay in the game. So give me the over 157.5. I'm seeing 156.5, so it's kind of dropped down a point. Fine by me. I'll take that. But yeah, I would be on Elon. I also thought about maybe Elon first half plus the points, because sometimes you see these teams that are in that 15 to 20 point range. Keep it really close, competitive. It's a 4-point game, something like that at half, and then you get a Virginia Tech blowout, and Elon loses by 20 at the end. So sometimes that first half can be a little profitable on some of the dogs, but I'll just take the over, thinking it'll be competitive.
Yeah, I'm with you. Competitive points and Elon covers. Let's do this. Marshall catching 4.5 at Troy. Over under 152.5. A lot of 152.5s tomorrow out there. That's for sure. But what say you in this one? Marshall is, they went through a little lull, but they're bounced back from that, pretty nicely. Just had a little scare against Wright State. Troy coming off of the UAB road win, big road win. So kind of like fading that when you got an in-state rival. Little brother beats big brother. If you want to, it's UAB. They got more prestige than Troy. So I think Troy was feeling that, loved that, and I think Marshall has kind of got out of their lull and gets us going here. They did go on the road, beat UMass and Toledo. They've lost to Virginia, Wilmington, and Ohio on the road. So 2-3 on the road, but 4.5. Marshall's a good team. They can shoot their free throws. They can shoot. That's the big thing. And Troy's defense isn't anything to write home about. So I'll take Marshall here with the 4.5.
Yeah, I'll ride with the home team here. I'll kind of take my side, my cap that I usually do with Marshall, fading them on the road and backing them at home. But I'm a little nervous with this game just because Troy does play a lot of close games. You've seen San Diego State overtime game, USC overtime game, West Georgia overtime game, lost at home to West Georgia in that double overtime game. So they like to play close games. So the 4.5 number kind of scares me a little bit. Not quite sure if I'll bet it, but I'll be on the Troy side here at home. Sun Belt Conference opener for them.
Yeah, can't really disagree with you there at all on that one, but I kind of will because I think Marshall is able to cover, but I won't bet this at all. So if you bet it, I'll root for you, but if not, let's hope Marshall covers this for my pride and ego. Excuse me. Holy Cross catching 10 at Harvard. 136.5. Laying points with an Ivy School off of finals doesn't seem like the greatest idea. They haven't played in 2 weeks. Now they're going to play this game. They're going to play Tuesday, and then they're off. Very random. Holy Cross off of the Dartmouth. They lost by 25 to Dartmouth at home on Tuesday. Now they're going to go hit the road and play Harvard. I'll take the points with Holy Cross. No bet though. No bet.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to take the points with Holy Cross, you might want to just bet the first half. Maybe Harvard comes out a little sleepy. With them not playing in 2 straight weeks. So maybe they come out a little slow, a little sluggish. I'll lay it with Harvard. No bet here, though, for me.
No bet. Miami, Ohio is laying 10.5 at Ball State. Lay it. Ball State's terrible. Sorry, Huff. Actually, he'll be the first to tell you they're god awful. Ball State is not a good program. Just lost by 5 to Campbell, 4 to South Dakota, 12 to Evansville, an in-state team. You lost by 12. This will be the 4th straight road game for Miami, though, so that could be a little tough here. This is a conference game also, so maybe there's a little bit of extra juice there. Ball State lost to Miami to end the season last year, 79-66 on the road, and they lost by 8 at home last year. So this Ball State team is way worse than last year. I'll take Miami, Ohio, no bet.
Yep, I will continue to back the Red Hawks. I'll lay it here against a piss poor Ball State team. I've kind of wanted to, back the double digit dogs that are at home, but I just think Ball State's one of those teams that are just that awful that I'm not gonna back them because I could see Miami winning this game by 20. So yes, I will take I'll take the Red Hawks laying the 10.5. I'm seeing some of the it's coming down a little bit, so you might be able to get a 9.5 possibly, but we'll see.
Yeah, no idea. We might have some drama in the chat, Elliot. Dusty Bottoms can't see the Rodfather's comments. Did he get blocked? Do we have some blocking going on in the comments? This is a quite the development on a Friday night here. So we'll see. But whenever Rod drops some great stats in there, we'll put them on the screen. Actually, I missed one right here. Bet against Tommy Amaker in home games when playing 7 or more days rest. The record, 0-13 ATS with a week or more of rest. That might push me over the edge here, Rodfather Holy Cross. That's a hell of a stat. Might do that.
I'll Benedict my pick to Harvard, but no bet. Or sorry, I'll Benedict my pick to Holy Cross, but no bet.
Well, yeah, I might. Who knows? Maybe I'll fire in there. But shout out Rex Grossman, great name. Put it towards the channel. Love the show. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate everybody in here. The support. It's been great. We used to do this just talking to a wall. Now we're getting a couple hundred people in here and enjoying a Friday night. Enjoying the last Friday show I was on. What's not my brightest moment, hour, but it's did it for the clicks. That was the only reason I ever did it. That was why. But we got Central Michigan catching 2 at Northern Illinois here. Little MAC action. Where is this game? Yeah, here we go. Northern Illinois off of the big East-West D2 win, 112-64. Other than that, they've not been great. They beat Louisiana Monroe and Loyola Chicago. Shout out Northern Illinois for that Loyola Chicago win again. That was great money. Central Michigan hasn't looked great either. Coppin State, they did beat App State game 1 of the year though. So that's little. I don't weigh that as much. First game of the season is always weird, but what did these two teams do last year? Northern Illinois. That's right. Central Michigan lost that double overtime game against Northern Illinois at home last year. I forgot about that game. They did beat them by 5 on the road. I will take Central Michigan here. Return the favor to Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois hasn't looked good. Not that Central Michigan has either, but they've played, St. Louis on the road. They played Marquette, Northern Kentucky, South Alabama, Bradley. Northern Illinois has played some, good teams, Grand Canyon, Northern Illinois, Bradley, Elon, but they played Wisconsin, nothing serious there. Lindenwood, although Lindenwood's getting it going. So I'll take Central Michigan to return the favor of that double overtime loss at home to Northern Illinois last year. To end the year.
Shout out Crutch. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Crutch.
Always in here.
The MAAC specialist.
You're not betting that, are you?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's disgusting. Absolutely. But you lose a double overtime game at home to end the year. I don't know.
I mean,
I won't bet it right now, but maybe.
How many people are on this Central Michigan team are still on it from last year?
Let's take a gander.
I mean, this is Bronkema's first year at Central Michigan, so
I know. Nobody. Minutes continuity 0.0%, 347 in the country. So, I mean, it's a bunch of D2 guys, but they do have one of the better names in the country, Fat Brooks. This dude's, he's pretty solid. Can dish the ball, gets steals, can shoot a little bit. Plus his name's Fat Brooks. So I get your point there. Not a whole lot of guys on the team from last year, so who's really going to give a shit? But, it's for the program, for the pride. They brought in D2 guy and D2 players, they gotta do it for them. Show their gratitude for bringing them in.
I'll lay it with Northern Illinois. We can spar here.
All right. Denver is catching 9.5 at Northern Colorado. I will take the points in an in-state rivalry. You're not going to have your usual, elevation bonus here with Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado is off the Texas Tech loss, but that was a max effort game. They lost by 11 on the road on Tuesday, and then you got to come back and play Denver. Denver, their win, they did beat Colorado State this year. I'll give them that. So, I mean, they popped up in these in-state games, but they played 3 of their last 4 games have been against D2 schools. So they've been seeing the ball go through the hoop at least. They're feeling confident. I'll take the 9.5. No potential bet. No bet right now.
I'll probably bet Northern Colorado, actually. You mentioned they put those 3 D2 schools. The only time that they've, the last 2 times out against D1 opponents, lost by 14, lost by 19 to Cal State Fullerton, of all people. I know Fullerton's a little bit better than what we've given them respect for, but man, Northern Colorado, I think they're a pretty solid team. You saw that in that competitive loss to Texas Tech. Really, besides that, if it weren't for a half-court buzzer beater by St. Thomas, they're in that Portland MTE. They'd be sitting right now at 10-1, and we might be talking about Northern Colorado a little bit more. So I like them to protect the home court. I do see your angle with they're in Colorado. Greeley to Denver, not very far away. But I think Northern Colorado is a way better team. I think that they can run Denver out of the gym here. So I'll lay it with Northern Colorado.
Bet the over in Northern Colorado games and score 87 or more points in a game. Over's record is 20 this year 11-0. I'm sorry, since last year 11-0. Not a bad stat. Not a bad stat. We got Lafayette laying 1 to Monroe on the road, over under 136.5. Where is this game? Monroe, a Sun Belt clash here. You got Monroe's off that double overtime South Bama loss. They do get to stay at home, but Louisiana's brutal, and they're laying a point. Kind of feels telling, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Laying a point when they haven't won since November 7th.
Yeah, but Monroe's just absolutely terrible.
Both these teams are, but you got Lafayette laying a point on the road. They haven't won in 2 months, almost 3 months, or almost 2 months. They've just been steady getting their ass kicked, and now they're laying a point. Come on. We got to dive into this.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably not. You're probably right.
Plug the nose special.
Give me the Raging Cajuns. I'll see if I bet it.
I'm so close to betting this. Oh my God, this is disgusting.
Louisiana Monroe off of that heartbreaker loss where they're leading South Alabama the whole game, basically. And then South Alabama ties it up and then ends up going into double overtime there at home. So both these teams suck.
Sports Sciences is on the over. John Napolitano, says no bet, and Crutch says these teams fucking blow. That all are true. All are true in this one. Yeah, I'll take Lafayette just because they're laying points on the road and haven't won in a month and a half. So feels telling. Here we go. You got North Carolina laying 4 against Ohio State, and I'm going to have to guess this is not a home game because why would they bother doing that? This has got to be a neutral. Where Yep, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. Another neutral. Fantastic. Ohio State off of the double overtime win against West Virginia. UNC has been home. They've been just dismantling teams. Now they get to go play Ohio State. This is a neutral. Is this a spot Ohio State can get it? I mean, they played Illinois really tough and folded late. North Carolina, though, no Trimble still. And now they're going to go play a real team. They haven't. They played Georgetown and Kentucky December 2nd and 7th. So I'll go back to the well with Ohio State. I think they get this done. They had their chance with Illinois, blew it. They beat West Virginia double overtime last Saturday. They've gotten a week to recover and prep for UNC. UNC's been playing 2 games since that Upstate in Tennessee, and now they got to travel again. I'll take Ohio State with the 4. I think they keep this close. I think they're right there to win at the end. So I'll take the 4 with Ohio State. Diebler getting a big win here on a neutral.
Yeah, I'll lay it, but I don't love it. I'll kind of see what this line does. That'll kind of maybe depend on what I end up doing. But I think that North Carolina, they're a way better team than Ohio State, personally. They hung in with Illinois, but that was at home. On the road, lost that buzzer beater to Pitt. Okay. Those are the only 2 losses, but this is definitely besides Illinois, a true step up in competition here. They survived against West Virginia in double overtime. West Virginia kind of lost that on their own, in my opinion. So I think North Carolina can get it done here. Just that 4 is a little bit for me, but I'll lay it with North Carolina at this number, see what this line does, and kind of go from there.
Yeah. Rodfather stats hate me because he's got 2 of them. I bet against Ohio State, dominant rebounding teams out-rebound opponents by 7 a game. Ohio State since last year, 0-8. And then bet on UNC in away or neutral games follows 60 points or less. UNC is 8-0 against the spread. So absolutely hates my Ohio State pick, but I will not waver. Got to drop one of these stats eventually. They'll go to 8-1 and 1-8. Give me Ohio State tomorrow. Not sure if I bet this though. I like it. Not sure I will. Maybe if it gets bigger number here. But South Alabama is at Texas State. Texas State's laying 1.5 over under 139. South Alabama off of the double overtime winner where they came back. And who was that against?
Monroe. We were just talking about.
Yeah, Monroe. Thank you. Just talked about it. Didn't these 2 teams play an absolute banger last year? Texas State. 93-92 overtime in Texas State. South Alabama lost, and then they played another overtime game at home, 70-65 with them. So these 2 teams always play tight games. I remember this. I believe I had Texas State laying 1.5 again against South Alabama last year. I'm pretty positive because that game was insane, and I'm pretty positive I lost my bet there because I laid the points. I'll take Texas State with the on the money line because I'm not going to dick around. Both these teams have played overtime games the last 2, but South Alabama off of the double OT game against Monroe that they barely won on Wednesday. Now you're going to travel and go play Texas State. Texas State off of the Arkansas State loss. They lost by 19 at home. This is a bounce back. Love Texas State tomorrow. Give me the money line for Texas State. I might go a little bit bigger than a regular unit on Texas State here.
Yeah, I'll be on Texas State here. I think this is a spot for them. They just were at home on a Wednesday against Arkansas State to open up Sun Belt play, and they just got absolutely housed by 19. I think we see a little prideful performance here. I know South Alabama's team, I think they're overall the better team, head to head. But, they just survived on the road. I think Texas State gets it done here. I don't think South Alabama wins these 2. home games to start out Sun Belt play. I think they split. They're lucky to get the win against Monroe. If they lost Monroe, I probably would have been on South Alabama, to be honest. But I'll be on Texas State.
Yeah, let's do it. Since we both agree, do we just want to make this the rhythm play of the day here? Or do you got something else that you're liking?
TBD.
TBD. All right, we'll leave this one. We'll leave this one circled. Coming up, but Texas State money line. I put a unit and a half, winning unit and a half on the minus 125 here on the money line for Texas State. Let's go by what are the Bobcats or something? Yeah, Bobcats. Let's go. Elliot, you want to take this one over? I have to go take a leak. I will be right back.
Yes, sir. So we've got Northwestern heading into Butler. They're in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. You've got Butler laying the 1.5. I'm looking to see if this line has changed at all. I'm still seeing 1.5, seeing a 2 out there as well. Over under 156.5, 157. Northwestern, they've were at home, had lost 3 in a row, and then bounced back, beat Jackson State by 40, took care of Valparaiso by 16. Shout out to Valpo for that tough fight back and cover the 17.5. Butler, on the other hand, they won that crazy double overtime game against Providence, 113-110, but just recently lost to UConn by 19. So now we're getting kind of a semi-home game here in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indiana Pacers. I want to bet Northwestern here. In my opinion, I think that Northwestern is the better team. I think the wrong team's favored. If this was at true home game at Butler, I would probably be more keen to back Butler here in the Bulldogs. But I know Butler's off the loss against UConn. But I just think this Northwestern team, I think they've got what it takes. You got Martinelli, Jaden Reed. I like what they have, and I think that offensively they'll be able to get it done, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they'll be able to take care of Butler and kind of shut down Butler at what they do or what they like to do pretty well, is shoot the 3 at a pretty high percentage. I think that they can definitely struggle there with Northwestern's defense, and I'll ride with the Big Ten here and fade the Big East. And of course, as always, Rod, as I feel confident in backing Northwestern, he comes in with the why we should fade Northwestern. So classic me.
Yeah, and lucky for you. Actually, unlucky for you. I liked Northwestern here. So me not being able to pick a Butler game means Butler would cover, but I will not be betting this game because fuck Butler. This team is my absolute kryptonite. Cannot stand them.
I picked Northwestern.
Yeah, I know, but I can't pick a Butler game, right? So if I like Northwestern, that means Butler's going to win. If I like the Butler, that means Northwestern would.
So you're saying I should get back on in the Butler train then instead?
Yeah, if you were smart, but I'm not betting this game, so I don't know if my powers carry over to games I don't bet. Next, UT Martin catching 2 against Tennessee Tech, 145.5, back-to-back in-state games for Martin here. Just off of the Tennessee State loss. Excuse me. Now they get Tennessee Tech. These two play last year. They lost to Tennessee Tech on the road by 5 in overtime. last year in February, and then they lost at home by 4 in overtime in January. So it's a get right spot for them. I mean, Tennessee Tech off the big SEMO win, now laying points at home. I kind of want to back Martin here. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of like UT Martin here too. I haven't been a super fan of the Golden Eagles squad. I mean, I will say, last few times out, they've definitely taken care of business, beating West Georgia on the road by 28 and then beating a good SEMO squad by 11 at home to open up OVC play. They could definitely keep it rolling here in OVC, but, I think UT Martin, they, lost against Tennessee State. They're on the road. I think UT Martin's the better team, in my opinion. I'll ride with the Skyhawks here. The fact that we're getting 2 points, looking at this line, I'm seeing 1.5 now, so it's coming down a little bit. I'll take the 2. I see a 2 on Fanatics. So yeah, give me the Skyhawks here. I think they end up winning this outright.
Yeah, I'm with you. Skyhawks up. Also, Seattle just got a technical for a guy guarding with a shoe in his hand. Never have I ever seen that. He lost his shoe. He grabbed and was running down and held it in his hand and went to block a shot with it, and they called him for a technical. So yeah, that was pretty funny. Never seen that before. Grand Canyon's catching 2.5 at Wyoming. Over under 148.5. Gimme Wyoming and them Sundance Wicks boys. These guys are cruising. This team is good as shit. Faded them last time out. That did not go well whatsoever with South Dakota State. Now they're back home. Grand Canyon, off of the Coastal win. Now they're going to go hit the road and play Wyoming. They hit the road and played St. Louis, lost by 14 earlier this year. Other than that, they've been at home or neutrals. So Wyoming, Sundance Wicks seems really good. Their losses are Sam Houston and Texas Tech. Sam Houston by 8, Texas Tech by 4. And those were true road games. So now they're at home in that elevation. I will take Wyoming. I think they get this one done. Sundance Wicks has this program just absolutely rolling. Glad I got to enjoy him 1 year at Green Bay, but now he's in Wyoming, and they're gonna cover this one and get this one done tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Wyoming's kind of showed that they're a really good team. Hated to fade them against South Dakota State. I thought that was a true South Dakota State spot. They ended up beating the brakes off of them by 15. This game is going to be fun, but I'll definitely back Wyoming at home. It's kind of what I've always done. Kind of back them at home and faded them on the road. But, this year might be a time where we just like to back them a little bit more, even on the road than home. So I'll back Wyoming here at home, laying the 2.5. I think we're getting a really good number here. I think we can get Wyoming here at what? Probably wins by 5 to 10.
Win by 7. Calling it. Yeah, I just fired on this Wyoming minus 2.5, so that will be a for sure play for me tomorrow. Although Ken Palm's got this at 5, they're only laying 2.5. Maybe that's a little bit of Grand Canyon respect for the books or name brand, but regardless, Wyoming's rolling. I will continue to back them, no issue. Jack State's catching 11.5 at East Tennessee State, over under 134.5. Where is this? There you are. Jacksonville State does not look pretty. Got one D1 win this year, Coastal, at home. On the road, they played 2 road games. Georgia State beat them by 4. And then they lost to Arkansas State by 11. East Tennessee State back home here after back-to-back road losses at Austin Peay and North Carolina. Now they got Jack State coming in. This feels like a spot they could probably drill them. I'll take East Tennessee State no bet.
Yeah, I agree. This will be a bet for me. I'm going to bet East Tennessee State, laying the 11.5. I'm still seeing 11.5 as well. But you look at all their home games, they've covered this number in every single one of their home games so far. That includes wins over Northern Kentucky and South Alabama, who they just fresh beat by 26. They're on December 5th at home. So I like backing them at home. I think they play really well. I expect another game where they win by 15 plus against the terrible Jacksonville State team. And the fact that I'm getting ETSU off of 2 tough away losses, they're at Austin Peay and then against North Carolina. It's kind of an expected loss, but now they're going to be licking their chops because they're at home. So I think they get a big spot, or they get a big win here at home. I like laying the points here.
Yeah, I'm with you. No bet for me, though. Northeastern's catching 14.5 against Syracuse. Man, I know it's Northeastern, but I cannot lay these numbers with Syracuse, man. Like, you can't – how are we supposed to lay these kind of points with you when you can't shoot fucking free throws to save your life?
Yeah, dead last.
Yeah, I was going to say.
365 out of 365, 58%.
It's ridiculous. Like, how are you this bad at shooting free throws? Like, you just beat Mercyhurst by 14, whatever. But Northeastern's a better team. Northeastern can at least hang around. I mean, they've been a decent this year, all right? I mean, beat Colgate, beat Harvard, beat Duquesne. Lost by 13 to Wake on the road. Vermont was an 11-point loss. Princeton didn't get them big. And then Holy Cross was a 17-point loss. Didn't understand that. But, I get up spot. You're going to go play Syracuse in the Carrier Dome. Syracuse hasn't been winning by margin out of this. I mean, they beat Drexel and Delaware State and Binghamton this year by that number. That's it. Other than that, they've either lost or let teams hang around. St. Joe's and Mercyhurst both cover these numbers outside of the MT that they've been playing. And Hofstra won outright as a 10.5-point dog, where Syracuse shot 9 of 16 at the free throw line. I'll take Northeastern. Can't lay double digits with a Syracuse team that is legitimately dead last, shooting 55% from the free throw line in the country.
Yeah, no, I'll go back to the well here. I've faded Syracuse in the last 3 games against St. Joe, against Hofstra, and against Mercyhurst as well. I laid off the bet against Mercyhurst because I was a little concerned just with Mercyhurst's ability to keep it close. But, they even covered this number of plus 14.5. So I like Northeastern here. I think that they'll be able to keep it within this number. It's kind of they lost to Wake by 13 on the road. This is probably their second biggest game of the year, get up spot wise in terms of at Wake and then here at Syracuse. And I just, like you said, I don't feel like I'm gonna, back a team on a number like this that shoots the free throw so poorly. So give me Northeastern. I'll bet it. Fade the Syracuse the last 3 games, so I'll continue to fade them here. And then maybe we look at backing them on Stonehill or against Stonehill before they open up ACC play. Maybe Syracuse can finally get a cover.
Yeah, all right. I'll bet it with you. Also, shout out Coach. Reason to be given a tech with shoe in your hand, distracting opponent, interfering with the play, which he did. Went to block a shot or tossed it. Like DeMarcus Cousins did that one time. So, I forgot about that until now. But yeah, so that would explain it. First time I've seen that. I remember the DeMarcus Cousins ones now, but with a guy actually guarding with a shoe in his hand, trying to make a play. That's the first time I've seen that personally. So yeah, you're gonna bet this?
Northeastern? Yeah.
All right, let's do it. What do I got for numbers here? I got a 15.
I'm seeing a 15. I'm seeing a 15.5. Maybe wait to bet it then.
This is going up a little bit. I'll wait on this. All right. Oh wait, I'll dabble in that number if it gets up there. Memphis catching 3.5 against Mississippi State. I believe this is a true road game I saw. Yep,
Yeah.
true road game. True road game. Miss State coming off of the 4-point LIU win. Memphis off of the Louisville, Vanderbilt back-to-back losses here. Hitting the road. I kind of want to play Memphis again. I mean, road game. Penny is a dog. That's where you want to bet them. And Miss State is literally just Josh Hubbard, and that's it. They don't play defense, and if Josh Hubbard can't drop, 25, 30, they're in real trouble. I'll take Memphis with the 3.5. I think they can win this game outright. Get a big win going into. Oh, they got Alabama State at home, but that won't be a big deal. I think this is a spot we can back Memphis. I think they win, and then we fade them against Alabama State when they beat Mississippi State and they're laying I don't know, like 17.5 or something. Then we fade Memphis there, and they squeak one out by 6 or 7 against Alabama State off of this big win. So give me Memphis with the 3.5. I'll probably bet this.
Yeah, I'll take Memphis. I think they win this outright. I agree with the chat. Hasty. Memphis should have beat Vandy in regulation. You've seen also, what Memphis wants to do against these teams, like a Vanderbilt who likes to play a little bit more up tempo. They like to slow the pace down. Same thing with the Wake Forest game. That game ended 69-68. So I don't mind the under in this game either. I think that Memphis will play at a slower pace, kind of limit some possessions potentially, and defensively, they've actually been a pretty good team overall this year. You saw them, holding Vandy to 77 in the overtime game when Vandy seems to be a walking 90 point, or 90 plus point team. I think if they can shut down or just defend a little bit of Epps and Hubbard, they'll be able to kind of lock them down here. So I don't mind the under either. But the fact that I'm getting some points will maybe take away the fugaziness of, Penny as a dog is great, but at the end of the game and late game scenarios can be kind of not so great, as per that Wake Forest game there in the MTE. So, I might not take them just strictly on the money line, but I'll take the plus 3.5 with the points, because if Mississippi State wins, I could see this coming down to the wire.
Yeah. I just got a 4 with Memphis here, so I will be on. Oh, and it just changed. 3.5. Damn. So close.
Yeah,
I'll sit and wait.
I'd sit and wait. I'm seeing a lot of juice 3.5s, minus 120s. I'm seeing a 4 out there on Fanatics if anybody has that.
Yeah, I'll sit and wait. I'll try to catch
a lot of them are juiced to like minus 115, minus 120 on the 3.5. So
perfect. Oh, Rod's actually got a stat in our favor. Bet him Penny on the money line when playing against teams with a marginal winning team, 51 to 60%. His record as a coach, 30-7. Love that. Shout out Rod. Thank you for agreeing with us.
That total also is creeping up, 152.5, 153.5.
It looked a little low, but you were right. They do like to slow down a little bit.
If it gets up a little higher, I might end up going down. Or I might hit the under there, with the fact that Memphis is gonna want to slow it down a little bit. So I might be on that too.
And it's Josh Hubbard. If they can slow Josh Hubbard down, you're going to slow this entire team down. It'll be ugly for Miss State. More action. Bowling Green, Ohio. Pick'em 151.5. Bowling Green, they lost. Your Cats got was it Marcus Johnson, the big boy? They got Marcus Johnson out of here, Bowling Green, but Ohio winners of 4 straight. They beat Maine, Marshall, and Bonnie's in overtime, and then Ohio Wesleyan. Big win against that D2 Ohio Wesleyan. Bowling Green coming in off of Chicago State win. They did lose to Utah Valley, but beat Kansas State, played Davidson tough to a 4-point game. And, now they're going to hit the road for this. What happened last year with these two? Tell me Ohio knocked them out. They did not. They lost to Ohio at home by 5. That was the only time they played last year. Interesting. Okay, so last time they played, Bowling Green lost at home to this team. Bowling Green's a much better team. I'll take Bowling Green. I'll take the pick and price, and I might fire on this. Not sure, but I'll take Bowling Green on the road and a pick 'em. Just revenge for last year. Gotta show some pride.
Yeah, and I'll go opposite here. I'll go Ohio on the money line at home. Not sure if I'll get to a bet because I am scared about this Bowling Green team. They are really good. Obviously, they've shown that they can win on the road, going into K-State and beating them by 16. And that no doubter of a win. But Ohio, they had that great win overtime against St. Bonaventure. I just like backing these home teams here in the conference opener type of a game. So I'll take Ohio on the road. Or I'll take Ohio at home, with Bowling Green being on the road.
Yeah. Wait, you liked Ohio? Sorry.
He's backing you.
Zoned out. Yeah, I was going to say, pretty sure you said you liked Ohio, but bet against Jeff Bowles on the money line. First top caliber teams outscoring their opponents by 12 points a game. Bowles' record as a coach of Ohio, 1-14. Love that stat. I like Bowling Green. Not sure I'll bet it. Probably will because I just decide to bet on everything on Saturdays. But yeah, I gotta go back to my parents and get all my TVs back because having one fucking 40-inch TV is brutal. I miss my setup, so this has got to change. I will be back tomorrow, grabbing all my shit and setting it up.
Are you doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, probably. Packers games tomorrow night, so I'll be out for that. Packers money line, by the way, we're gonna be sweeping their sorry ass. And what else is tomorrow? Yeah, a bunch of hoops. So you got football playoff, JMU, Oregon. Gonna need the TVs. So I'll work on getting it set up. It's probably not going to be as good, but you know what? Got to have screens. Morehead's laying 2 on the road at Southern Indiana. And Southern Indiana, not a team I like to back this year, personally. Not a big fan. They just lost at home to Little Rock by 15. Now Morehead comes in here. Morehead beat Little Rock at home by 14. Transitive properties, but Morehead's played a tough schedule: Wake Forest, Georgia, Clemson, East Tennessee State, Murray State, and then they played IU, Indy, Presbyterian lost, but they beat Little Rock and Monroe, who they're supposed to. Now they're going to lay points on the road here. They beat Southern Indiana at home by 1 last year, and that was the only time they played, I believe. Oh, they beat Southern Indiana on the road by 2 also. So I'll take Morehead money line. No bet though.
Yeah, I'll take Southern Indiana here. Already lost their, home conference opener against Little Rock of all people. I've been fading Little Rock pretty consistently throughout the year, but they got a surprising 15-point win there at Southern Indiana. I haven't been super impressed with Morehead State this year. I don't think that they're very good. Neither is Southern Indiana. Kind of a battle of suck versus suck. But I'll take the home team here, plus the 2.
Yeah. Arkansas State's laying 2.5 on the road at Southern Miss. Southern Miss catching 2.5 over under 156.5. I've got no interest in this game. It would be Arkansas State or nothing. Haven't really watched either of these teams as much this year, so I've really got no feel on them whatsoever. But what say you on this?
I mean, Southern Miss is a lot better without Curbelo, obviously. They've played a lot.
I miss that guy.
They've played a lot better this year. But Arkansas State, man, they just went on the road. They're in San Marcos, beat Texas State by 19. So now, back-to-back road trips to start the Sun Belt Conference. Southern Miss at home, they just beat Louisiana by 8 at home to open up their Sun Belt play. I kind of want to see what this line does. I might be on Southern Miss here, plus the 2.5 here at home, kind of another home dog here in conference play angle. I do think Arkansas State could get it done though, so it's a little concerning. I'll take Southern Miss plus 2.5, but no bet for me because I could in my head I see Arkansas State potentially run away with this game.
All right. SEMO's catching 1.5 at Tennessee State. Man, I want to back Tennessee State again. They didn't play good last game, but they managed to find a way and came back and pulled away by 7 to win there. Nolan Smith got his first D1 home game win against Martin. Now you got SEMO coming in. SEMO played on Thursday, also lost to Tennessee Tech, so it's not a gigantic travel spot, but got one day off and you're still traveling. Tennessee State coming in here. This is their last game before a break, and then they got to go play Tennessee Tech. But I like this Tennessee State team. I think they're good. Now, obviously, on paper, it doesn't look amazing. They can't shoot for shit, but they've really started to figure out. Start of the year rough. I mean, you played Belmont, Western Kentucky, Tennessee, but since then they've lost one game to Alabama A&M on the road, which lost by 27. That was a beatdown, but I mean, still, you beat Asheville on the road, you beat Chattanooga on the road, you beat UNLV in a neutral semi road game, and then you beat Tennessee Martin. I think they're figuring it out. I think they're starting to click. I'll take Tennessee State on the money line here. I like them, and Nolan Smith at home to keep this going.
Yeah, I'll ride with Tennessee State as well. I do like SEMO and Brad Korn. I think that this is, you could possibly look at this as kind of a bounce back play for them after losing that game to Tennessee Tech. But, Tennessee State, one thing they do is they like to turn people over. Southeast Missouri, they turned it over, I think, 14 times against Tennessee Tech, who doesn't do as good of a job at forcing turnovers. So, I think it's going to come down to if SEMO can take care of the ball, they possibly could get it done. But I like Tennessee State at home. I'll ride another kind of home conference angle, and I will be backing the Tigers here and Nolan Smith to start out 2-0 there in OVC play.
Yep, I just fired on the money line minus 125 for Tennessee State. That is a go for me. Let's go Nolan Smith. Let's end the non-con with a win at home here going into break.
It's OVC play.
True, but I mean, true. Wrapped up the non-con earlier, but regardless, still got to get my brain into now we're playing conference games again. Here, I got a money line dog for you. LAU's catching 4 at FIU. Who the fuck is FIU? So they points to the Sharks. LAU's playing damn good. I like them. They just played Mississippi State to a 4-point game. Winthrop, they played at home to a 2-point loss. They played Illinois State, beat their shit. So it is what it is. But I mean, they've gotten some good wins. I mean, they stepped up. Notre Dame, Illinois beat the ever-loving shit out of them. And Fordham. But other than that, they've played really good all year. FIU coming off the Miami game, lost by 17. Their wins are Omaha, who's down this year. They lost everybody. Florida Gulf Coast and Jacksonville. Other than that, have not won. Granted, they played some tough teams, but I still just think LIU's a good team. They got that dog in them. They're scrappy. They don't give up. They'll keep playing. And I'm not a fan of Slideshow Bob, that coach. So I like LIU with the 4. I like the money line here for LIU. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, to answer Hasty in the chat, that game was on Tuesday, so we're looking at 3 days off going to FIU. I'll be with Rex Grossman here in the chat. I like the over here. I kind of like the over in that FIU Miami game. You saw a lot of points. I think we see a lot of points here. If I was picking a side, I'd probably be on FIU. I just like backing them at home. But the fact that you think that that the Sharks can hang in there and possibly win it on the money line tells me that I think we're going to see a lot of points scored here. So I'll take the over. I'm seeing 158.5 right now.
Don't hate it. Let's just let's get an over. Let's get an LIU money line. How about that? Why don't we just all win? I mean, that works for me. I don't know about you, but it works for fucking me.
Works for me. I'm just like I said, I'd be a little just nervous about that just because FIU plays a lot better at home. So that'd be my.
I'm not worried about it. FIU. Maybe I'm a little biased from what they've been the last couple of years, but I'm just not an FIU guy. I do like LIU. I think they got that scrappy dog mentality in there that they're just going to keep coming at you and giving you hell for a full 40 minutes. So let's go LIU. Let's just let's keep it tight at least. Just lose by 1 possession if you're going to lose. One of the better ATS teams in the country, Mercer, catching 8 on the road at Washington State, over under 153.5. Wazoo laying 8. Wazoo laying 8. KenPom has this at 4.
Mercer going coast to coast too. Mercer just played UCF on a Wednesday in Florida. Now they go not only coast to coast, but freaking completely diagonal. They go bottom right corner all the way to top left corner.
And they came from South Carolina. They played Clemson down to UCF, now and up to that's a tough spot. Ooh, I'll take Wazoo. No bet.
Yeah, yes, Jacob. KenPom has us at 4. They've got Washington State winning 79-75.
This stinks. I feel like you're probably right. This travel's probably going to catch up to them here. Wazoo just beat Eastern Washington by 15 on a neutral.
The only thing that would make this worse is the fact that that it could have made this worse is if for some reason Washington could have played this at they should have played this at night. They should have played it at 8 p.m. local time or something like that, where
either late or early as shit.
Yeah, it would have been 11 o'clock Mercer, 11 p.m. Georgia time, Eastern time. But I'll lay it with Wazoo. Just off that bad travel spot, but I don't want to bet this game. I don't think.
No, I will be laying off this one. I'm not laying 8 points with Washington State. Here we go. Loyola, the Ramblers are catching 18 at Santa Clara, over under 151.5. You just keep fading them, right? Excuse me. I know San Francisco was they just played San Fran at the Warriors Arena, so I know that's, I don't know where the fuck it is, but I know it's an hour away from the actual San Francisco or some shit. I don't know, but so they're there. They didn't travel much. Santa Clara off of the North Texas game, 3-point on a neutral. This is a semi-home, so I'm guessing this is the Warriors Arena too. Nope, the Kaiser Permanente Arena. Is this the Warriors practice or G League? Is this their G League team? I think this is the G League team. This is the G League team.
Yeah, it is. Kaiser Permanente
What?
Arena.
Why you go? Okay, well, they're playing at a G League school.
It's in Santa Cruz. It's the Santa Cruz. It's in Santa Cruz, isn't it?
It is in Santa Cruz. Yes, Santa Cruz. Okay. So, okay, they're going to play at a G League team. I will still lay it with Santa Clara. Loyola is terrible. Just auto fade until Denzel Valentine is canned. Hopefully he's not canned all year and we can just stack bands up on fading Loyola because they are hot trash. This team is bad. Not even 5 or 6 years removed from a Final Four. They're now losing to Mercyhurst by 20 at home. Yeah, this has got to be Santa Clara. Lay it. I'll probably bet this just because I've been fading Loyola. So I'll just go again. And if they don't cover, I know I'll still be up fading Loyola this year.
Yeah, no, I'll be on Santa Clara as well. They lost those 2 back-to-back games. Got blown out in the pit. New Mexico, we were on that. Arizona State, unfortunately, they gave up that 18-point lead at halftime. Let Arizona State come back and win that game. Then you had your game against North Texas on Wednesday. This was also at the Kaiser Permanente Center. So they've already played here once against North Texas, snuck that game out 63-60. I think they'll be a lot more comfortable in the gym second time around. I think they win this game by 25 plus. I like that call out in the chat by John. They'll score about 95-90. I see like this game at like a 95-63 type of a game.
Yeah, that seems about right. Just Santa Clara. Maybe Loyola hangs around for like the first half, but they'll open it up at some point on their ass and win this game by 20 plus. JMU is catching 2.5 at Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern off of the that rivalry game. Now you get James Madison. James Madison, though, football's playing Oregon. Kind of want to fade them with that angle. I mean, obviously you got to imagine the guys are going to be excited about that, worried about that. That said, this will be right before. So once this game's over, it's basically going to be around kickoff, maybe an hour or so before kickoff to get back. Georgia Southern just beat Georgia State and West Georgia back to back. They kicked the shit out of Georgia State. I like Georgia or James Madison until I realized I was like, oh wait, they're playing football too, so I'm not sure how focused they'll be. But James Madison off of the Old Dominion loss, traveling, and then you got to go play Southern. Southern's look decent. I'll take Georgia Southern. No bet though. No bet for me in this one. I just wonder about James Madison's focus.
Yeah, I'll take Georgia Southern team total over here. I think Georgia Southern, they like to put up a lot of points. Their defense is not good, but James Madison's defense is even worse than Georgia Southern's. So I know James Madison likes to play a little bit slower paced offensively, but Georgia Southern really likes to run up and down. They're at home. I think their defense will allow James Madison to play faster and get easier buckets. So I'll take the team total over for Georgia Southern, but it'll probably be a no bet for me.
Yeah, it's going to be a more than likely 95% chance of no bet for me in this one also. Florida Gulf Coast catching 17 at UCF. In state, Dunk City, heading to the Shiny Knights. UCF off of the Mercer win. Now they got Florida Gulf Coast and then FAU, so they got their little in-state schools they're going to play against. Gulf Coast off of 4 straight losses. Kennesaw, FIU, FAU, and New Mexico. Had about 6 days off prior to this game. Now they're going to come in and play UCF here. UCF is, they're starting to dismantle these kind of teams. I mean, they just won by 18 to Mercer. Mercer's a really good team. Towson, they won by 25. VMI, they won by 25. They beat Quinnipiac by 11. Pittsburgh, Oakland, they both won. Oakland gave them a game, but UCF's kind of rounding into form a little bit here. I'll lay it with UCF. Florida Gulf Coast has started slipping, and they're getting kind of blasted, and they're coming off of the Pitt game and traveling. So I'll take UCF, but no bet. But they have been starting to just ramp or route these bye game teams.
Yeah, this has came down a little bit. I'm seeing even 15.5s in some places, 16.5 out there. I will be on the over 157.5 here. Seeing that on DraftKings. I just think that I was on the over against that with the Mercer UCF. That one didn't come through. I'll go back to the well here. I think playing these overs in the Florida Gulf Coast games has been somewhat profitable for me, especially at home. But now you're back in Florida. I think they'll still play run and gun, up and down style. They'll give up a lot of points, but I think they'll be able to score some points against UCF too. So give me the over here.
Yeah. Sorry, zoned out for a second. Houston, Arkansas, the Hogs, my Hogs. Houston's laying 5. I think it's down to 4 now, actually. And Arkansas,
all the way in New Jersey.
Yeah, stupid. Very stupid. But this is a neutral. Arkansas is they got length, they got athleticism, they have athletes all over this floor. Houston's defense. I know they held Jackson State to 38, New Orleans to 57. But I mean, overall, like this year, the defense hasn't looked as good, in my opinion. Like it's obviously really fucking good, but it hasn't been like last year's where it was. I think Arkansas can hang in and potentially even win this game. I like an over too. I think we can get points. Houston's offense should be able to get downhill and get buckets. Arkansas too. They've got size and athleticism. And then not to mention they just played Texas Tech last weekend, 93-86 on the neutral. And they came back in that one. So, I mean, they withstood the onslaught of JT Toppin and everything he did. Like he owns this team. And then they still came back, found a way to win and managed to hold it down. I like Arkansas with the 5. I like the over in this as well. I may do a little double dip here, but I like the Hogs. I believe this is at 4 now. I see a 4.
I'm seeing 4.5 for a lot of them. 4.5s. I do see a 4, but a lot of 4.5s is what I'm seeing. 144.5, 143.5 even on the over on the blue book if you like that. I like the over here. I don't want to be on a side. I think you're spot on. I think Houston's defense has they're still really good, but they aren't what they were last year for sure. When they play like look at that Tennessee game, 76-73. I think Arkansas is going to be able to play with some pace. They'll put up some points, but I think they're going to give up some points to Houston here. Just a weird neutral site game. I'll be on the over. I don't love it. I might just sit back and enjoy this one as a college basketball fan because I think this should be a really fun game. But I gotta have some action in it, so I'll probably end up back in the over.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through Rhythm just now too, and they like the over as well. So bonus Rhythm pick right there. They like the over in this as well, so that probably will push me into just betting the over instead of a side here in this one. But Rodfather comes in pushing against us again. Bet the under in Kelvin Sampson's game, scoring 80 points or more in 3 straight games. Under record is 10-0. So don't like that, but hopefully it's 10-1 tomorrow if I bet the over. So Again, the defense hasn't been the same in my opinion.
And
so we'll find out.
Jerry brings up a good point too. This is in the Prudential arena too, so could definitely or Prudential Center for I think is where the Devils play, correct?
Devils in Seton Hall,
Devils, I believe. So this could definitely be an under spot with the hockey rink unders. I know I was on the last hockey rink under when I think it was Tennessee played Illinois in the Bridgestone Arena there in Nashville, where the Preds play. So, man, I don't know. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. Check the picks page.
Got to check it out. We got Citadel's catching 20 at Richmond here. I'll lay it with Richmond. Citadel can't shoot free throws. Citadel off of a really tough game against Charleston, lost by 4 on the road on Wednesday. Now they're going to go play Richmond. Richmond's off of a loss to Elon. So on the road, now they're going to come back home here. I think this is a great spot for them to absolutely drill Citadel, not to mention Richmond. Average experience, 51st in the country, and they play fourth most bench minutes in the country. So they're going to be a lot of fresh legs in this one. They're going to be rotating, and they can shoot. They can shoot the free throws. They can rebound. They can get to the free throw line, and they can defend and force turnovers. So I'll take Richmond minus the 20 and a bounce back off of that loss to Elon. So bounce back strong here. Citadel, third straight road game. Third straight road game, and they haven't beaten a D1 team yet this year. So max effort against Charleston, lose by 4. Got to hit the road one more time before Christmas. Just going to be I think it's just an avalanche at some point here. So give me Richmond minus the 20. Give me 84 to 57.
Yep, I'll take Richmond. I'll take the Spiders minus the 20 as well. Good little bounce back spot for them after dropping that game against Elon. I'm seeing this up to 20.5 right now. I don't mind laying the 20.5, 21. You look at when they're playing, similar caliber teams, they have really ran up the score and won by 25 plus, even 30 plus. So I think they do the same here, and they lay it on the Citadel. So I'll be on Richmond minus the points.
There we go. Here we go. Final 10 games of the day. Maryland catching 16 at Virginia, over under 154.5. Has Maryland played? Was their last game the Michigan game?
Yeah, that's correct.
I guess it was 101-83. I didn't get eyes on that last week. I didn't get eyes on much, but from what I hear, they covered basically all game, and then last little bit, just Michigan ran it up and got a pointless layup. Well, not pointless to cover. Virginia is coming in here. They're just damn good. You beat Texas by 19. You beat Dayton by 13. They beat Northwestern by 5. That was a neutral, and then they lost to Butler there. But Maryland off that Michigan game, they've had a week to sit on it. Now they're going to hit the road. I'll still take Virginia. I think they get this. It's a home game. Maryland hitting the road. They lost to Iowa by 19 on the road. They beat Marquette, but everybody beats Marquette, and that was a Buzz Williams return game. So I'll take Virginia with the 16 here. Think they can get this. Not to mention this little stupid stat. 14% of their shots do get blocked. Virginia third in the country at blocking shots at 18% on the defensive possession. So it's going to be tough for Maryland to get shots off in this one. Virginia's going to be all up in their shorts and guarding the hell out of them and making things difficult. So I'll take Virginia with the 16.
Yeah, Ferrell Payne got hurt in that last game against Michigan too. Yeah, so he only played 15 minutes. I think he's kind of a game time decision. Not really sure on his health. So that'll be interesting. If he's out, I could maybe see, a little one game bump. Maryland keeps it somewhat respectable. But it is on the road. They lost by 19 to Iowa, like you said. I'll take Maryland plus the points. No bet for me though.
I just fired on Virginia. minus the 16. So that is in pocket for me tomorrow. Cavs minus 16. Bucknell's catching 26 at Iowa. Iowa off of, what did they win by 40? Who did they just play? Western Michigan. Yeah, they won by 40 off the Iowa State loss. Now they get Bucknell. Bucknell coming in off a big win against Rider, 51-38.
Big emphasis on big.
Yeah, big win. Big win. I mean, shit. They scored 51 and won by 13. I don't know who that's more of an indictment on. Bucknell could barely break 50 against Rider, or the fact that Rider is just Rider and couldn't break 40. Ugly. But still, I'll go Iowa again. McCollum isn't a guy that takes these games off. They've been absolutely just housing all of these teams that they play. I'll lay the 26 with Iowa. Probably won't bet it though.
Yeah, I mean, could you just maybe look at like a Bucknell team total under? I don't know what the number would be. 80 to 57, 82. I don't know. Yeah, I'll lay it with Iowa. I think that they can really fuck up this Bucknell team.
I wish you the best, but yeah, drop a like on the video, subscribe, don't miss anything. We go live 6 days a week, so usually five for sure, usually 6, but yeah, drop it, subscribe, turn that notification on too, so whenever we do go live, occasionally we do forget to tweet the link, but whenever we do go live, you'll get that noti. You'll never miss a show, so appreciate you guys there. Auburn's catching 8 against Purdue. I think this is up to 8.5. Over under 153.5. This is part of that Indy Classic with Butler and Northwestern. Wait, is that Indiana game? Is that
Indiana Chicago State's in Bloomington, if that's what you're looking
at? It is
at
at Assembly Hall. Okay.
Yeah.
So fucking IU. Too good to play in the Indy Classic. You gotta stay home. But man, these two teams played last year, obviously. I believe it was, right? Purdue, yep. Auburn beat Purdue 87-69. In Auburn, now Purdue gets the payback here. They're coming in off that Marquette 20-point win. Revenge on the mind. Stephen Pearl, first-year head coach. Auburn lost to Arizona, Michigan, Houston. Their top wins, NC State, St. John's, Oregon. So they've got some good wins, but those are neutrals. This is, quote, a neutral, but it's in Cambridge. I believe that's where the Pacers play. Huff would probably know, or if any NBA guys.
You're right.
Yeah, perfect. It's where the Pacers play. So obviously this is going to be a 95% Purdue crowd in this one. And after Purdue got their asses beat by Auburn last year, I think they come in ready to get this done. Not to mention the last big game against a big-time opponent, Minnesota, Marquette, whatever, but those teams are bad. But Iowa State busted their ass at home by biggest loss by a number one team at home in history. So I think they come out inspired, ready to play for this one and come out and just absolutely blast Auburn. I'll lay the 8 with Purdue and company. Also, side note, I did bet more Braden Smith Player of the Year. I might get in on the Axel. I don't think they give it to a Duke freshman back-to-back years. Plus Cam Boozer, once he starts playing real teams, the ACC is actually really good this year. So I think they're going to have a little bit of stumbles. And then if Braden Smith breaks that all-time assist record, I think he wins it. They're just dying to give it to him. So I added a little bit more in Braden Smith, National Player of the Year at 9-1. But Elliot, Purdue, Auburn.
I'm going to lay it with Purdue here. I think they get right. I haven't been, super impressed with Auburn. They lost at Arizona by a tremendous margin, 29. I don't think it's going to get quite that out of hand. But when you're looking at true road games, which this is technically, I know it's not a true road game, but it's going to be similar in a similar spot with Purdue, being right there in Indiana. I'll lay it with Purdue. I think they win this by double digits.
Yep, I just laid the 8.5 with Purdue, so that's officially in pocket too. For me here, let's go Purdue Boiler up. My bad. Smashing. I accidentally hit that. Smashing my. Yeah, Virgil. Appreciate you guys. Omaha's catching 5 at Lamar. Over under 142.5. Kind of like Lamar here. They went on the road. They beat McNeese. They're coming off 3 straight losses. Now you got Omaha coming in, who's they beat Portland State, Southern Utah this year. Otherwise, they've only had D2 wins. They lost a lot of guys from last year. I think this is a spot Lamar can just drill them. I think we're getting a little bit of name respect for Omaha, what they did last year, but this is not the same team, nowhere near. The trash cans are not getting banged this year, so give me Lamar minus the 5. I think they get this done. I know this is I believe this is a conference game. Nope, Southland and Summit. So no conference game, but Lamar, I think they're the better team this year. Omaha, I think is a little bit of a name respect. I'll take Lamar laying the 5 off 3 straight losses.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's a Lamar spot. I was on Lamar minus the 2 against UTRGV. I ate shit on that one. They've lost. Not only have they lost 3 in a row, they've lost 2 straight at home. Those 2 were, conference games against Corpus Christi and against UTRGV. I think it's a good spot for Lamar here. I think that their defense is going to be able to take care of Omaha's offense and what they've got. Omaha, on the other hand, they've played 2 straight NAIA schools and Doane College in York. So I think that, they're going to see a definite significant step up in competition here. And I think Lamar gets it done on home.
Yeah, you want to bet this?
Yeah.
All right, I'll bet it. I got Lamar minus 4.5. I am in with Lamar. Let's go Cardinals. Fresno's catching 8 at UNLV. Is this another money line spot? How many games has UNLV dropped to these kind of teams? And Fresno's pretty good this year for Fresno standards. I haven't been a big fan of them, but they're coming in 3 straight losses. Bakersfield at home, and then they lost to Arkansas and CSUN. But they beat Utah Valley. They played San Diego really tough. And UNLV has dropped games. They lost to Tennessee Martin. They've lost to Tennessee State. They've lost to Montana. They lost to fucking Rutgers by 15. So, this is a team they can definitely lose or drop. I'll take Fresno with the 8. I think you sprinkle a little bit of money line on this too.
Yeah, I don't.
He's 4 and 6, and you're laying 8 points against a team that has, they beat Utah Valley. They played UC San Diego really tough. Granted, Arkansas beat the shit out of them, but that's a completely different level. I really like Fresno here.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I like Fresno here too. I'm trying to decide if I like that better or if I just like the over 158.5. Kind of what I always like to do, in these games where I like the dog. If I do see a lot of points in the game too, I like just taking the over and just cheering for points. If Fresno is going to keep it, close, I see the over hitting as well. So I'll either be on Fresno plus the 8 or the over 158.5 because I do see this game possibly, being played in the 80s, or I could see kind of like a 85-80 game where Fresno covers but loses. I think UNLV is going to be able to get it done, but 8 seems like a fair amount of points. I'm seeing 7.5, so it's coming down a little bit in some places. Over under kind of hovering between 157 and 159. So
fair. A lot of the chats like in Fresno, team total, Bulldogs, Rebs by 5. And then you got toast. Fresno just got smoked by CSUN UNLV. They're winning by 10 plus. All right, we've got a UNLV backer. I'm sitting on Fresno. I'm going to see what this line does. Hopefully, maybe get a little bit more on this. But fingers crossed. E-Dubs catching 12 at Utah -1 or over under 157.5. I'm not laying double digits with Utah. I hate Utah. This will load. I don't know what they just did last game. None of my shit's loading. Elliot, why don't you start here while I try to load this up?
Yeah. Sorry, I was responding to the chat real quick. Last time out, Utah, they were on that semi-home game to Mississippi State. I believe Utah was up a decent amount actually in that game. I think they were at one point up like by 15. Ended up losing that outright to Mississippi State by 8. Now that was a semi-home game. That was at the Jazz Arena. Have had a week off. Now they're back home playing an Eastern Washington team who just got beat by 15 against Washington State. Before that, they're some competitive against Cal Baptist at home. Eastern Washington, man, start of the season, they really were playing a lot of those teams pretty close and pretty competitive. I mean, they were kind of covering. They only lost to UCLA by 6, Loyola Marymount by 8, lost in overtime to Colorado by 5. I'll take Eastern Washington plus the points. I don't like it, or I don't love it, though. I'm definitely not going to be on a Utah side because, what has Utah shown me to ever lay double digits with them? Have they even won by double? I think they've won by double digits once this year, and that was Holy Cross, third game at home. Beat Holy Cross by 18. So yeah, give me Eastern Washington plus the points. No bet for me though.
Yeah, I'll take E-Dub too. No bet. I just don't like this Utah team. Kind of been fading them for a while, so not gonna get involved with this one though. Portland State's catching 3.5 at Tulane. Tulane, another team. Their football team's playing tomorrow. They're off the La Tech game win. Portland State off of the Colorado loss on Wednesday. Now they're traveling. I'll take Portland State. No bets. I just again wonder if Tulane's completely focused in this one. Big game, college playoff tomorrow, but this feels like I don't know. Just feels like a spot Portland State can pop up, but they shoot the three well, 35%. What was this? Tulane 342nd, allowing teams to shoot over 38% from 3. So Portland shots are falling. They're going to win this if they can't hit threes. I don't think they really stand a chance in this one, but I will. I'll take Portland State. No bet though.
Yeah, I'll take Tulane. I'll do a little Tulane two-step. I'll be on Tulane minus the points here, and I'll be on Tulane plus the 17.5 in football as well. Coach Summerall has announced that his dad died on Thursday, so thoughts and prayers to him and his family, to the whole Tulane, team and everybody there. But little tragic magic spot for them. I think it maybe carries over here to basketball as well. So let's rock with a little Tulane two-step. I'll be on Tulane minus a 3.5, parlayed with Tulane plus a 17.5 against Ole Miss.
Yep. Agree. I didn't know that his father died. T's and P's, thoughts and prayers. Might go in on them tomorrow too. Then next, Stanford is catching 3.5 at Colorado. Over under 154.5. Colorado, man, they're not terrible. They're looking all right. Coming off the Portland State win at home. Now this is a neutral. Where is this game being played? The Mortgage Matchup Center in Arizona, Phoenix. So this is no elevation here for Colorado. No advantage there. I'll take Colorado with the 3.5. I think they're actually a fairly good team this year. I think this is a spot where they can actually show up and get a big win here too. Stanford. I don't hate them. I think they're pretty good, but Colorado can shoot, defend. They got length and athletes across the board. I'll take Colorado with the 3.5. I think they get this done. I think they continue on and they move to 11-1. Here, I mean, they've already gone to neutrals this year and won. They beat Providence, they beat San Fran, they beat Washington, and then they did lose to Colorado State, but that was a true road game. So I'll take Colorado laying the 3.5.
Is this just like a one-off game here in Phoenix, or they got another one? No, San Diego State, Arizona. That's right. This is the first game of the two for the night. I'm gonna be on Stanford here. I think if this was at Colorado, obviously the number would be a little higher, but I'd be more keen to bet Colorado. I'm seeing even a 5.5 now. I know Dusty said that it was a 5.5. I'm seeing a 5.5 now. I don't mind taking Stanford plus the points. I might wait to see what this line can get to possibly. I am a little nervous just because Colorado has played really good to kind of start this season. But, I think Stanford, has done the same. And I think that this is going to be a close competitive battle. I don't mind taking the dog here in a neutral, especially if it's at plus 5.5.
Fair, yeah, it's moved a little bit, so I missed the window there, but I don't hate on the punch back there at 5.5 now, getting two possessions plus. So also shout out Seattle winning outright. I should have played the money line like I said last night, but I just played the 7.5. And anyone else who did, let's go. Seattle plus 7.5 cash. Riverside's catching 13 at St. Thomas. The Tommies laying a big number again. I'll lay it. They're back home. Riverside has gone on the road. They beat Cal Poly and San Diego in North Dakota. But I mean, New Mexico, Cal Baptist, Utah Tech, and Irvine. BYU, but whatever. But those three all got it done and got it done pretty easily. So I'll take St. Thomas with the 13. I'm not going to lay it though. I got to see it from them to believe again. I know last year they were a wagon, started slow. They're starting to figure it out. So I'll pick St. Thomas. Probably won't bet this one though.
Yeah, I'll take the Tommies here. I'll lay it. Lay the 13. I'm pretty comfortable laying that. I'm seeing 13.5 now. I'll lay that as well. I think UC Riverside's defense is not very good, and I always love back the Tommies at home, so I think they can run away with it here, win this game by 20 plus. So give me the Tommies.
There we go. Penn's catching 11.5 at Rutgers. Rutgers laying 11.5. Get the fuck out of here. Give me Penn plus 11.5. This is a sprinkle money line game too. Fran McCaffrey knows Rutgers. He knows Pikel. This is going to be a tight game. Penn can score. Rutgers cannot. Penn plus 11.5 and the money line. This is an easy cap. No world should Rutgers be laying 11.5 points to anyone. This team is garbage. I mean, shit, they're coming off a Seton Hall, Michigan, Purdue loss. They beat UNLV, but UNLV again has lost to everybody in the country, it feels like. Notre Dame, Tennessee, and Central Connecticut all beat them. Congrats on beating Rider. Maine kept it close. Lehigh kept it close, and American kept it close. So Penn's going to keep this close. McCaffrey knows how to play them, and I think Penn's live on the money line here. I'm going to try to find a price on that, but what say you, Elliot, on this one?
Yeah, I'll take Penn as well. I think your cap was perfect. The fact that Rutgers can't score, struggles to score, they like to shut down teams defensively. However, they give up a lot of threes and they struggle. And what does Penn do? Penn loves to shoot the three. So I think, with the familiarity that McCaffrey has with this Rutgers team is going to bode well for Penn. I could very well see a sprinkle on the money line play here. So, give me Penn plus the 11.5. I'm even seeing some 12.5s out there as well. So the number's kind of going up, which is funny to me. But I'll be on Penn here as well.
I'm not seeing a money line price. Right here, let me check the blue book. They don't even have this line up. They don't even have this line up. So, stay tuned. But I just fired on Penn plus 11.5. I will be sprinkling that money line tomorrow. I maybe even throw a little bit more than a unit on Penn. I really like Penn here tomorrow. Rutgers is bad. Sac State's catching 13 at Cal Baptist. No, thank you. This feels like a Cal Baptist smash spot. Cal Baptist finally back home. They beat Southern by 8. Now they've had 3-4 days off after their little run of neutrals and road game. Plus 650. Jerry Davis is saying for Penn. I love that price. Give me that too. Add that to my card. But I'll lay the 13.5 with Sac State. Cal Baptist here. Cal Baptist back home, and again just beat Southern by 8. Sac State, I'm not a huge fan of. They're coming off of this will be their 3rd straight road game, and this will be their 5th in their last 6. And they've gone and played good teams: UCLA, Cal, Pacific, Baylor, and they've gotten handled in every single one of those. So this feels like a spot. Cal Baptist just runs it up right before Christmas break, gets a big fat win, and Sac State goes home with another big L on their resume.
Yeah, not to mention, I'm gonna be on Cal Baptist first half minus the points on the spread. I think that they're gonna take care of business. You also look, Sac State last time they played was December 2nd. Good for 18 days, so they've been off for 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. Now they're going to be playing in a game right before heading into break here. They got one more game against CSUN on the road on Monday, but I think Cal Baptist is going to jump up early and often on them. I love backing Cal Baptist at home. Didn't do me well against Southern there. Didn't get the cover, but I think here we see it. I'll take them on the first half line just to play it a little bit more safe. I think that they're just going to jump up out on them pretty quick. Sac State's going to be sluggish, being 2.5 weeks out from their last game. Give me Cal Bap.
There we go. Here we go. Texas Tech's catching 9.5 against Duke. Is this is this I'm guessing a neutral.
Yeah, MSG.
Shocker. Oh, awesome. More NBA arena hoops. Duke's laying 9.5 against Texas Tech. Texas Tech is good, man. McCaslin's good. He's a good defensive coach. They've got dudes. 9.5. Man. I'll take the 9.5 with Texas Tech. This is too many points. I get it's a neutral, but Duke's undefeated. They're due a loss here. Granted, they played Arkansas, Florida State, Michigan State, 3 of their last 4 games here. They just beat Lipscomb. Lipscomb gave them a game. Maybe they were looking a little ahead to this. Same with Texas Tech with Northern Colorado, but I'll take the 7.5. This is too many points. If Duke blows Texas Tech out by double digits, so be it. But I think Texas Tech can keep this within single digits. McCaslin's a really good coach. JT Top and Lawan Watts, all really good players. And Boozer's a freshman going against a bunch of experienced old guys with a really defensive-oriented coach in McCaslin. I will take the 9.5 with Texas Tech.
Yep, I'm right there with you. A Big 12 guy. So, of course, I'm going to be backing my Big 12 team in Texas Tech plus the 9.5. I think this will be a big-time game for JT Toppin going against Boozer. You got a couple guards, Christian Anderson, Lawan Watts. They're going to want to show out on the big stage as well. I think you've got a lot of a freshman-led team. You got a few kind of veterans there on the Duke roster, but overall, you've got more experience there with Texas Tech. I think they'll be able to keep this close. I'm not saying that they're going to win this outright, but man, I'm getting 9.5. I'll take Texas Tech.
Yeah. Again, if they get blown up by double digits to Duke, so be it. But
yeah, I will say though,
the
thing that will suck is like if the freaking refs don't let Texas Tech kind of play their style, their tough physical style, and they're just getting, they're just calling ticky-tack fouls and people getting into foul trouble, or they just don't let the game be played out. That could be where Duke could, run away with it and, make their free throws, because they are really good at making their free throws down the stretch. You saw that in that Kansas game where they pushed it out past the 12-point or the double-digit mark. They're at Madison Square Garden too, actually. But I think if Texas Tech is allowed to play their style of play, I think this is going to be well within this number.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm willing to take a stab with it. But yeah, if the refs are deciding this and how they're going to play it, no physicality, it's going to be a long day for Texas Tech. X going to give it to you, catching 4.5 against Georgetown. X off of the beatdown at home to Creighton. Absolute beatdown. What was that, a 40-point loss to Creighton at home? Now you got Georgetown. Georgetown off the Marquette win on the road. Is this a home game? Big East? It's got to be, right?
Yeah, no, it's a Big East. It's a Big East home game for
home game. Perfect.
Georgetown.
Making sure they're not doing this dumb shit where they're like, let's play this on a neutral too, for no fucking reason. I like Georgetown. I don't know about you. I think they're quietly becoming a really good team. Lost to Dayton on a neutral, lost to Miami on a neutral, lost to North Carolina on the road. True road game. Got blitzed, lost by 20, but beat St. Peter's, coming back from that, and then look ahead for Marquette. Beat Marquette by 9 as 5.5-point dog. Now the laying points. Is this a spot where you swing back? Do you bet Xavier off of an embarrassing loss, and they're going to hit the road? It's the Capital One Center. Is this place really going to be jumping? Really going to be busy? Not sure. X feels like potentially actually it will be the sharp spot. Nobody's going to want to back them after a 41-point beatdown at home to Creighton, but I think they got to have a little bit of pride and come back and get this. KJ Lewis, didn't he get hurt for them last game? He played 14 minutes. Yeah, so he didn't come back. So he'll be questionable. I'll take X. Very unpopular pick. I'll take Xavier. Catching the 4.5. I think they come back and play strong in this one. Maybe they don't win, but I think they keep this really close within 2 possessions here.
Yeah, I'll take Georgetown. This might be one of those. I forget which. What was that game? I think was it App State earlier? No. Vermont. I'll take this. This Georgetown money line, Vermont money line parlay. little parlay piece. I don't want anything to do with this -4.5. It's just weird line, especially with Xavier off the 41-point loss. They're going to play with some pride here. In Georgetown, they like to play competitive games. I could see this being a 4-point game. Georgetown wins, ekes it out. So I'll take Georgetown money line, and with the Vermont as my other money line parlay piece.
Are you not worried about KJ Lewis potentially being out? I'll go search Twitter for that and see if there's any news.
If it is, well, I'll do my 1 game bump for that.
All right. Yeah, he was wearing he had a back injury or something, tightened up or something. He had one of those belt things on. So we'll see how he does tomorrow. I guess pay attention if you like Georgetown. Maybe you sit and wait, because if he's announced out, this line definitely will go down. But if he's in, and you get news, you find something out, probably bet it sooner rather than later if you think he does play. Creighton laying 7.5 at home against Marquette. Man, Creighton off a 40-point road win. Big East, now they're back home. Marquette. Marquette's bad this year, man. They're bad. And somehow they're still 108 in KenPom, but this team is not good. 5-7, their wins are Albany, Southern, Little Rock, Central Michigan, and Valpo in overtime at home against Valpo. No, give me Creighton. They've hit the road. Wisconsin beat them by 20. Wisconsin beat them by 20. Purdue beat them by 20. And then Georgetown came in as 5.5-point dogs, beat them by 9. Yeah, maybe this is a little bit of a hangover spot for Creighton after that, but Dermott's a good coach. I don't think he's going to have these guys, complacent in this. I mean, he's faced Shaka before. He knows how good of teams they usually have, and that they can pop up. I'll take Creighton laying the 7.5, but no bet. Something feels a little weird about this, but in no way would I actually put my hard-earned money on Marquette. But Creighton or nothing, who knows? Maybe I'm having a good day. By the end of the night, I'll be fired on Creighton.
Yeah, I'll take Creighton minus the points. No bet for me, because I could see them kind of sleepwalk through this game. And Shaka as a dog, as always, he's pretty decent as a dog, or has been historically pretty decent as a dog. So plus a 7.5, Creighton wins by 5. But yeah, I'll take Marquette plus the points, actually.
All right.
No bet for me. I'm not betting it. Can't bet on this team. They haven't proven anything to me all year, so I don't have faith in putting my hard-earned money on Marquette.
No, you're gonna feel like a real idiot when you bet Marquette and they're down 15 again and lose by 20. I know I would. So yeah, staying away. But Creighton or nothing. Utah Tech catching 6 at Weber State. Over under 147.5. Hold this one up. Weber off of the Utah Valley loss on the road. 3 straight road games, lost 2 of them. Now you're back home against Utah Tech. Utah Tech has beaten Riverside, Valley, State, and South Dakota game 1 of the year. 2 of their 3 wins against D1s have come in overtime. So they've needed to get extra time to actually get these wins. Weber off of a 3-game road trip, lost 2 of them. Utah Valley, we know they're damn near impossible to beat at home. St. Thomas, 23-point loss. And then snuck past Kansas City by 4 on the road. I'll take Weber at home, bounce back. Dixie State, not a good team. Their wins are Bethesda, Noble, Justice, and then the 3 D1s I went over, which needed overtime. Give me Weber minus the 6 at home to bounce back. No bet, though.
Yeah, I'll take Weber. They actually went on the road and beat Utah Tech last year by 2. They're at Utah Tech. I think Weber is a way better team this year than they were last year. So now we're getting them at home, only laying the 6. I'm seeing 5.5 now, kind of flat across the board. So I'll take Weber State minus the 5.5.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to respond to Jerry saying, yeah, beating Marquette is like betting betting Marquette is like betting Wisconsin. We handled them at least, so at least we don't have that dark cloud hanging over us of a loss and non-cover versus Marquette. San Jose State catching 13.5 at the Pit. Fading the Pit? I don't know about that. Don't know about that one. San Jose they just had a 4-game home stretch. They haven't played a true road game since November 13th. Michigan State, Barbara, and Utah lost all of them by 19, 11, and 9. Now you're going to go play the Pit, where you've just been playing home games and some neutrals. I will take the Pit minus 13.5. Get this one, dominate before conference play starts for you. The rest of the conference play, I should say.
Yeah, this is
Mountain West. Yeah, correct. My bad. God damn. I had to rack my brain for a second.
Eric Olin, conference opener for him there at New Mexico. I will lay it here with the Pit. I think they roll here, win by 20 in a good kind of conference opening game for Eric Olin and the era there at New Mexico. I've been rather impressed with his team so far this year. They've been rolling here as of late, even with a good win. Blew out Santa Clara by 27 at home, then went on the road, beat VCU. Now you got a San Jose State team coming in to the Pit. I think they're gonna get handled pretty well. San Jose State also just had a big energy expenditure game against Stanford where they fought back and then they ended up losing that game by 4. So yeah, I think I'll back the Pit, even though I will say San Jose State only lost by 6 last year on the road at the Pit. But I'll take New Mexico minus the points.
Yeah, I'm close on fired on New Mexico. Stay tuned. Check my Twitter picks page tomorrow. See if I fire. Rice is laying points at Pepperdine. Oh baby, Pepperdine home doggy. Yeah, I don't know though. Pepperdine's been infuriating. They've lost. Was it 2, 4, 6 of their last 7? Their win is on the road at Bakersfield. So yeah, there's that. Rice hasn't won a home or road game this year. Lost at Oregon, lost at Tennessee, and lost at Florida Gulf Coast in overtime. They're coming off of 3 straight home games. Now you got Pepperdine. I'll take Rice. They're favored on the road as a winless road team this year. Pepperdine has been underwhelming and falling short this year, so I'll take Rice, but no bet for me.
Yeah, we can spar here. I'll take Pepperdine on the money line, but I don't want any part of backing Pepperdine. Every time I've backed Pepperdine this year, I think I've lost. So
yeah,
I'll roll with the waves though, and we'll spar here.
Sounds good. Penultimate game. Boise's laying 3.5 at Nevada. Dude, this is a spot. This is a spot where Boise just gets a big win against St. Mary's, and Altman pops up for one, isn't it? This is an Altman pop-up spot. Boise State's look good. They'll also USC, NC State, and the insurance company Hawaii Pacific. Coming off that big St. Mary's win, now you're going to hit the road. I don't know. I feel like this is a Nevada spot. I think the Wolfpack pop up for this one. Give me Nevada plus 3.5. Probably won't bet this one, but this just feels like a spot where Boise State's been rolling. You get a big win. Now you're going to hit the road, and then they drop one. Give me Nevada with the 3.5. I might bet this, but not betting it right now.
Yeah, I hate backing Alford, but I think this is the spot to back him. Boise State last year went on the road and beat Nevada, but it was only by 1. They won 70-69. you're talking about they just played a hard-fought game against St. Mary's on a neutral, got that win. I think maybe Boise State could win here, but I don't see them winning by more than a possession here on the road. So I'll back the Wolfpack and Alford here, plus the 3.5.
Yeah, let's do it. I might do this, dude. I might just fire on this too. We'll find out. Last but not least, final game of the night. San Diego State's catching 14 at Arizona. This is that other neutral game. In Phoenix, San Diego State. Arizona's just a goddamn wagon. Does Dutcher have something cooked up for Mr. Lloyd here? San Diego State, they played Troy, lost in double overtime at home, played Michigan, lost by 40. Then they played Baylor, lost by 10 on a neutral. Since they played Utah Valley, Lamar Air Force. So not really a who's who, but I kind of want to lay it with Arizona. This number feels big enough to where they'll bait you for San Diego State, but I can't fade Arizona. This team's complete. They beat Connecticut by 4 on the road. They beat Auburn by almost 30. They beat Alabama by almost 20. They beat Florida by 7. They beat who's ever in their way. San Diego State hasn't impressed me much this year. I'll back Tommy Lloyd minus the 14. Probably will bet this, obviously, because it's the final game of the night. So, give me Arizona with the 14 in this one. Sorry, Dutch. Not your night tomorrow.
Yeah, San Diego State, man, their defense isn't as good as what it has been in the past. I really think that they're going to give up a lot of points to Arizona. I could see an over potentially hitting here as well. But yeah, I'll just lay it with Arizona. Like you said, they're a wagon. It'd be dumb to, fade Arizona here. Kind of somewhat at home here in Arizona. That back-to-back game, I think we said that Colorado Stanford game is the first game, and then this one is the one that follows that. So yeah, give me Arizona. We'll lay it. I think that we see another blowout win just like last Saturday against Alabama.
Definitely. I got to address some bullshit in the chat. Yeah, there you go, Elliot. The Bears are not beating the Packers tomorrow. All I've seen on Twitter all week is just the Bears just yap. Oh, we're gonna win. We got this. Caleb Williams is the guy. Blah, blah, blah. No, Jordan Love is fucking Himothy. We got Jaden Reed. Christian Watson should play. I'm not Zach Tom. I'm not sure 100% on him, but I've already got 2 units on the Packers plus 110 there slips. So it's the Packers money line. Nobody thinks the Packers can go into Chicago and win. Chicago this, Chicago that. Guess what? We're cold as shit up here too. We're not afraid of that cold. We're not afraid of the Bears. It's just time is a flat circle. Bears will lose again. Packers win. And then then we got to listen to the Bears fans on Twitter be like, oh, well, there was a holding here. The refs did dash, da. Just play some ball, man. Just play ball. And if you guys are as good as you say you are, you'll get this done. But when your coach is calling out Matt LaFleur before the season even starts about, he has so much fun beating him. You know what's even better and more sweet is his sorry ass losing 2 games to the Packers, including a home game, to where now the Bears are in jeopardy of even making the playoffs. It's going to be a sweet, sweet victory tomorrow. Packers big. They win this game 24-17. 24-17 Packers. Packers get this done. Caleb Williams, back-breaking interception yet again. And Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, ball out. And Jordan Love does his thing per usual. He owns the Bears. Aaron Rodgers transferred ownership over to him in the offseason when he got traded a couple years ago. So, yes, this is Packers money line, and we will get this done. 1, the Broncos are a good team. 2, we lost Christian Watson, Zach Tom, and Micah Parsons. It all went downhill. We were up 11. It went downhill after that, 100%. But we've had a whole week to prepare. This is a rivalry game, and we can knock you guys. We have the chance to potentially hold you guys out of the playoffs. This is going to be a motivated team. You guys are not going to be. You guys are not going to have fun tomorrow. You guys are going to be hating yourselves. You guys are going to be drowning your sorrows in a bottle of Malort after this game. So pack up, go pack, go. We're getting this done. But back to basketball. Elliot, do you have anything on the Packers game tomorrow, or should we just do a little two-teamer and get out of here?
No, I think I'm good. I don't need to go any more in depth. I think you handled that efficiently. So,
all right. Hey, well, slips. Our front office and defense has let us down. Seattle, the onside kick debacle. I'll never forget Brandon Bostic for that bullshit. What he did. That was a terroristic act. But Elliot, little two-teamer. What's your favorite bet tomorrow? And I'll throw a little skin on it. We'll do a little two-teamer and get out of here and let these people go to sleep.
Where are you going? Do you know?
Yes, Dusty, we'll get a rhythm play too. Don't worry. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to go Texas State money line.
Oh, man. I'm going to go. Oh. I'll go Purdue minus 8.5.
Sounds good. Purdue minus 8.5. All right, little two-teamer. We got Texas State money line and Purdue minus 8.5, but plus 232. Give or take a little bit. Nope. What do you
got? Wyoming minus 2.5. I'm an idiot.
Oh, Wyoming. I like that.
I missed that against Grand Canyon. Open up Mountain West play there and Laramie. I was all over that one. Give me that one.
Money line or spread?
Spread. It's fine. 2.5 is good.
All right. That'll be plus 225. I'm seeing. You shop around, probably get maybe a little bit better on that. But yeah, Texas.
Thanks, Dustin.
There we go. The rhythm play. What are you thinking, Elliot? You got anything your model's liking? Mine is. Mine likes the Houston over, Texas State money line. The JMU over and Longwood over are the top ones I'm seeing.
Yeah, I was checking my smart signals real quick. I've got Marshall Troy over 153.5, San Diego State Arizona over 153.5, and Texas Tech Duke over 153.5. So literally all the over 153.5. Spread wise, I'm looking Arkansas +4, Northeastern +14.5.
Ooh, I'm fine with Arkansas and Northeastern. We both like those.
Yeah.
Northeastern, I don't hate that.
I would prefer the Northeastern one. I didn't really like the side with Arkansas on the neutral. Wasn't too confident in that, but yeah, I could get back. I could get behind the +14.5 with Northeastern. I know we were both on that. We both bet that. So I think I talked you into that, didn't I?
No, I liked it. I think I didn't bet it yet. I'm waiting because I saw like 14 or something. You said there were some juice up to 15. So
well, now
I'll be on it, but
Now
What's
even a better reason to be on it, since it's going to be our rhythm play of the day.
Yes, sir. Rhythm play of the day, Northeastern plus 15. Beautiful. Love that. Elliot, any parting words for the chat or anybody? 3 hours, 65, 64 games. Now, obviously, once we get to the 150 game slates, you will not be getting in depth for every game. We will have to move it along. We cannot do 9-hour shows, but regardless, 3 hours every game talked about and broken into. But Elliot, parting words.
Not much, man. Ready for another fun little Saturday. Kind of start the Christmas weekend off with a bang. So looking forward to another fun Saturday slate. Also paired with a lot of college football and NFL if you partake in watching that Bears Packers game. So I'll be watching a lot of basketball, that's for sure. So it should be a fun Saturday, and we will kind of be back on Sunday night, recap everything. But appreciate everybody in the chat. Definitely appreciate Crutch for the $5. Pump fake to the gosh dang moon, of course, and then Rex Grossman for the $9.99. Putting towards the channel. We'll definitely put that to good use for sure. So we appreciate everybody. Drop a like, drop a comment. I know Trev likes for people to, drop a comment, even if you're not watching live. Comment your favorite play and your angle there in the comment section below. But yeah, everything, just a simple like, a simple subscribe goes a long ways for sure. And then shout out Rhythm.
Yeah, 100%. Like, comment, subscribe goes a long way. And then again, sign up for Rhythm, PFP25 at checkout. Get 25% off that first month and start cashing. Again, Rhythm's 21-10 on our Rhythm play of the days. So again, Northeastern plus 15 is that Rhythm play of the day tomorrow. But appreciate everybody. Rex Grossman, Crutch for the donations. Everybody that's in the chat, even you, Slips, you Bears fan. Cerna, Coach, everybody. Too many of you to name. The chat was bumping, so appreciate you guys. We will see you Sunday night for a little bit, and then we'll be off. But have fun tomorrow. Good luck on your tickets, and let's cash.